You are listening to the V-Cast.
Hey, what is going on? Happy New Year. We have B. I don't know why I said B. I mean, we have returned. This should have started with an R because I'm retarded. What is up?
I think you're B-tarded.
Yeah, I am B-tarded.
You're
What's
B-tarded.
up?
It's okay.
It is a new year. I haven't recorded an episode in weeks because I've been on my bullshit, but I am back.
Back in black, baby.
I'm back in black, and I'm here with the other V, Vinny Scarpa. What's up, homie?
What's up, man? How are you? Fucking great to see you, dude. Happy New Year
Phenomenal.
to everyone out there.
Ah, you missed this new year because you were down in the Allsties.
In the old Texas.
Texas cowboy.
The old Texas, I was there in the old country.
Big old barbecue dick. down
Picking
there.
up fat white women.
You think Texas women are all about that big shit? Like, you know, in Texas, everything's supposed to be bigger.
Oh, yeah. I think they're all about horses and belts and boots. Anyone who's born in Texas, like a big woman in Texas, is definitely all about a cowboy woman. She
wants to be ridden like a fucking
100%, and she's 100% a single mom.
thoroughbred.
Any large Texas woman is a single mom of two from a cowboy that passed through in the wind on his hombre horse.
like a little barbecue.
Yeah, I did miss the dojo. I was there. I heard it was a very great New Year's.
It was fun. I bombed, but it was all right. It was good.
Woo! 2024 is about truths.
Hey, I ate a big dick. Hey. It was the worst. It was the worst kind.
You ate cock? Wait, you were recording?
Huh?
They were recording too?
No. It wasn't for the recording. The recording I crushed. I crushed for the album recording.
Give me some.
Yeah, for the album. You weren't here for that either, right?
No.
No,
That was 28th?
That's right. That was the 28th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess I can let the cat out of the bag. I've never talked about anything, but I recorded for a comedy album, my first recording, which was really good. We got 2 chances at it. So recorded the first one, was all right. Then the second one, I kind of went in with it like I didn't even prepare. And that kind of gets me to what we were going to talk about all day, today and all that shit. But
The second recording you didn't prepare.
the second recording, I didn't prepare.
And what about the New Year's show where you prepared for that?
No, I didn't prepare. You know why?
No.
It wasn't a spot. It was because it was Franco and
friends.
and what's his name?
Oh, yeah, who featured?
God damn it.
Pedro was host, right?
Pedro was hosting. What's the? Oh my God, I can't believe
Uh-oh.
I can't think. Sean
Yeah.
McDonough. Holy
Oh,
shit!
wow. Yeah.
They did at the end.
Yeah.
They did the tag team
Yeah.
at the end of the night. So I didn't have a spot on the show because I'm not friends with Franco.
Yeah.
So I had to go.
Wait, what? You're
Franco and friends. I was Franco's friend.
I'm not Franco's friend,
He
so
bring me up.
yeah, I didn't have a real spot.
No, he brought me up for the.
They threw me a bone. They're like, here you go, you fucking labradoodle.
Bro, he was like, yo, bro, we got to bring Vic up at the end because he's going to complain to Mike. If you don't bring him up, he's going to complain to Mike.
Yeah.
They're going to cancel tag team wrestling.
He's gonna rip me on VCast that I didn't give him a spot and that I'm not his friend. And then you still go up, Bob, and go, we're not friends. He did it on purpose.
Friends.
Yeah, sabotage.
Yeah. So I went up there and I just had a bad riff.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Every
okay.
time I get into like a riffing situation and people are riffing, I end up listening more than like trying to jump in.
Yeah.
I get caught up in like the
Oh,
funny.
and,
I
like,
start watching
yeah,
and then
you
like
go-
I never think of anything.
You go,
to
are we
say.
potting?
Yeah. Even when we're potting, like same thing. Like we're potting in a group.
Yeah.
And everybody's riffing.
Yeah, you
I'm
go, I'll let you
listening.
guys talk. Yeah, let you guys do your thing.
I'm a great listener.
Yeah, you're great. I'm a excellent. To all my exes out there.
I am a great listener unless you're like talking to me about something that doesn't have to do with me.
Right. Yeah, you're more of just listen intently and keep to yourself, not listen to respond. You're
going back and forth. I'm like, man, how do you think of that?
Man,
I'm like, because he's not listening to when I
You're
talk.
more of like a go with the flow type of guy. Yeah. So when you're like, when you're like on stage, like, oh, how long you guys been together? And they're like, oh, about 7 years. And you're like, what else?
No, I
is that how you?
I called some dude a pedophile, and then I kept
you doubled down
to it, and then Frank was like, all right.
Franco did that?
Frank was like, oh, you keep trying to go. He's like, you keep trying to.
Oh, you were on stage together?
Yeah. Those tag team style. You know how him and Sean.
Wait. Pause.
Did I say something gay?
Oh no!
Why'd you pause?
It wasn't a gay pause. It was more of a let's actually hit pause on the conversation real quick because I didn't know. Wait, it was like a tag team type of show?
It was a regular show.
But
and
at the end
after Franco went up, he brought Sean up. They did a little tag team riffing, and then they brought me up first. We riffed a little. That's the picture I had on stage with me and my fucking headband.
Yeah. Oh, badass.
Oh, man. Like, everybody was like, "Oh, we were supposed to dress up."
Yeah. If you guys don't know, the people who got passed at the dojo, 12 of us, we all got fucking badass headbands. Yeah. They say dojo on the end, and our names right here, so people know who we are.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I still got mine. I think everybody else lost theirs.
I know you still have yours. You wear it once a week.
I wear it for the big shows.
Yeah.
Like when Joe List was here, I wore it.
Oh, I know. Okay, so can I be honest with you?
Yes.
For the Joe List show, yes, please. For the Joe List show, I was leaving my house, and I put it on, and then I just went fucking stupid in the mirror, and I took it off, and I said, "Okay, we're not gonna wear it."
Listen,
and then I saw you with it, and I was like, I should have just did it.
If it was up to me, I think the whole staff should wear them. Like the people serving the tables. Like I want to fucking
that'd be really cool.
This place out.
That'd be really cool.
When
everyone's part of it.
When I went to when I went to Austin and I went to the mothership, like that was the one thing I noticed. That was like a really key difference.
It was a theme. Is that
everybody at the mothership has a uniform.
Yeah.
They all wear the T-shirt, and they're all like, so like when people have questions or something, they know who to ask, they know who to go to, they know who works there.
Yeah, well, I think everyone should definitely have a dojo shirt on, like that's working. You know, at most there's 2 or 3 waiters.
I think the headbands would be badass. Like for everybody, because it just makes it
and it had their
different
name
than everybody else.
Yeah, and you know what? For the comics, or for the non-comics, it would say, you know, like staff.
Not funny. It just says not funny.
It just says not funny on this. Yeah. On the side, not funny, and their name in the middle, Gianna. Yeah.
Short.
Yeah. It just says, not funny. It just insults them. Yeah. Their headband just insults them. Short, not funny, name's Gianna. No, but I think it should say like staff. I think that'd be a cool thing.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot to check. We were talking about it before,
Fucking
but
throat is
I'm gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna leave this club's name nameless, so as not to to promote. We were talking about it before.
How far can I be, by the way?
The club. No, you want to talk into it. I don't know how far you can be because I haven't tried it like this. I've seen other people with kind of the same mics talk about like this.
Yeah, I think this is right. Like this.
I think this is fair. I'm getting back pains like this. But.
Yeah, I keep. Because like I said, where back here, and I was like, should I say where again over here? I was like, should I double down on the where? Should I double down on the where?
Where? Where? We gotta get the. I'd like to get the ones that have this the thing. The arm.
Oh yeah, the arm. I
think the arm is better. No, those are mine. Those aren't for these kind of mics. Those are for some other bootleg mics. So I think these might be able to fit in there.
Dude, here goes my throat from that.
If I rig
weed.
it from rolling it.
From that weed, yeah.
Just that's how allergic you are to that?
Yeah. I'm allergic. So I'm allergic to weed, to like pollen in weed.
The dander.
Yeah.
That's the fucking little
the
sprinkles.
The pollen.
Yeah. Is it
because all plants pollinate, and so weed pollinates. And so I'm
a plant, Vinny. Do I pollinate?
Well, we'll figure it out. Let me sniff.
You know that's from. You ever meet the Fockers?
No.
I'm a cat. Oh. I'm a cat.
Oh, I'm a cat?
No, I'm a mammal.
Yeah, okay.
Can you milk me?
No, I thought I was from 8 Mile, where he's like, you've been at this plant so long, you're a plant. Look at your goddamn boots. For Christ's sake, they're starting to grow roots. You don't want to battle. You shook. There ain't no such things as halfway crooks. All right.
Oh, God.
Ballin' movie. Yeah.
Classic. I watched that before I go up.
Yo.
I just stand in the mirror like this before I go on stage.
Throw up.
Puke all over my fucking chest.
Yeah, throw up
not
everywhere.
mine.
Have them pull me out of the bathroom.
Somebody else's puke. I just get homeless people to puke on me before I go up so I can look like I'm fucking desperate.
What? I just get a homeless guy to puke on me?
Yeah. Because you can't get normal people to puke on you. It's not going to look right.
I wouldn't want anyone to puke on me. I don't want puke on me. I don't even want to puke.
I need the stress of life. The stress of the puke that was on Eminem's chest is what propelled him to greatness. So if I get some fucking happy dudes puke on me, it's not gonna fucking make me go hard.
Yeah, because I'm a piece of fucking white trash. I say it proudly. That's why. That's why he did. That's why he was like, he puked and then he dipped his head in the toilet and went. That's what he did. Yeah, gross. Yeah, that's gross. My bad, I did that. However, I rolled this fucking pearl that I'm gonna smoke later, but
that's nice.
Yeah, that is nice. That's nice. You're sober 2024.
Sober.
I commend you for it.
Thanks, buddy.
I
It's
do.
going good so far. So I'm doing sober 2024. Had some realizations towards the end of last year. And it started, believe it or not, it started with Snoop. When Snoop Dogg said he was going to quit, remember that little promotional?
That little bullshit.
Thing, that
little bullshit.
Dude.
He went, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, gotcha, bitch. It started with that, but there was other things going on that that was like weighing on me anyway. I wasn't in a good space, like mentally. I'm pretty sure.
I hear you on that.
I'm pretty
man.
sure, like I had like some level, or have some level of depression.
Yeah,
that hangs over me. It's like a weight.
Welcome to the club.
It's like a wet blanket, dude. Where it's like I didn't want to do anything. Like that's why you don't see me at mics a lot or other people's shows.
Yeah. I
want to go out on all those nights that we know fucking Crockpot Comedy down at the fucking Pet Shop, Silver Stream Studios on Sunday nights. Wednesday nights over at your place, not your place, but the bar.
Yeah, not my place, but the bar.
People are like,
there's a bar called Your Place.
Your Place.
Yeah.
And I just keep
good laughs down there.
They're crushing it. I just keep like wallowing. I keep wallowing. Yeah. I like to think of things that I can be depressed about.
Yeah, you self-sabotage it. You get in that negative schema. And I was in this a lot. I could definitely fucking relate, man. I go through phases of this. And especially in the winter times and like the fall through the winter times, it's
get the fall
tis the
blues.
season.
Yeah.
The winter blues, and also at the same time, I a lot of times will drown in the misery of my father's death, which was in December.
Play that over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way, like, I mean, it was very different for me.
Mine
like,
was in December too.
Oh yeah, December what?
12th.
Mine was December 12th.
No, shut up.
Did we talk about this before?
No, really?
I swear to God.
Yeah, my ex-wife's birthday is November 12th, December 12th too.
My cousin's birthday is December 12th.
That, like,
wow, are you fucking serious?
No, I'm dead serious. My dad died December 12th, 1988.
My dad died December 12th, 2007.
Crazy, bro.
Holy fuck.
We're Daddy
Ladies
Dead
and
Brothers.
gentlemen.
We're Daddy Dead Buddies. That's the name of the podcast.
Dead Buddies. Dead Daddies.
Oh my God.
Dead Daddy Buddies.
Dead Daddies, bro. That's the name of the podcast, bro. Dead Daddies.
Dead Daddies.
Oh, yeah. So me and Vinny are going to start a podcast together.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Can I just
Daddies.
tell you, I think me and Vic, how long we know, like a little over, like
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. And we've talked about this before. Like about our dads, and we never put this together at all until right now.
That's hilarious.
So that's really great. I love that.
That's a clip when Dead Daddies was born.
Yeah. when our
daddies were born.
Yeah, when it all went downhill for us. December 12th.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, dude. We had a
we talked about that last time when you were sitting over here.
Yes, and we had a deep talk about that.
Go back and check that episode out.
Yeah. And even after the fact too, we talked and we had a lot of other relating situations. That's very strange. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Wait, look at this.
I think you just there's only one path when your dad dies. There
is only your dad dies, either become a drug addict, a serial killer, or a comedian.
Yeah. I was gonna be on number 3 if I didn't stop smoking weed. I think I was on the verge.
Oh, number 3 was comedian for me, pal.
No, no. I did.
You mean 2?
Yeah. No, number 3. Like a serial killer.
Oh, that was. Okay, that was 2.
Oh,
I said
way off.
I'm just
way off.
I'm just repeating. I said
2 out of 3. Like I'm a comedian.
Oh, right.
And
a drug addict. And then not a serial killer.
Almost a serial killer. I felt like I felt like I was like on the verge of a psychotic break.
Okay, damn, yeah.
I wasn't. You see how like you rolled this and you're like, oh, I'm gonna smoke this later. It's gonna be nice, right? And that's not like that's the first time you thought about weed probably all day long.
Yeah.
Right. Me, it was like wake up, and that was the first thing I was thinking about because
I
wasn't using it as a mechanism to have fun. I wasn't using it to chill with my boys or to like sleep at night or to relax.
No, it was a coping mechanism.
It was a coping mechanism, and I was using it to escape reality.
Yeah,
and I wasn't dealing with shit.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm very, very lucky. I'm very lucky and very grateful that for one, I don't have an addictive personality. And for 2, I caught a lot of these things early on. My dad died. It was my mom's second husband that died. So my mom checked the fuck out. That was it for her. She went in her bedroom forever. And it was, it was me, my older brother, my older sister.
Is that why she has permanent bedhead?
No, dude, that's just from constantly spraying her hair with hairspray. That's hairspray.
Somebody's still buying Aquanet.
Yeah, Aquanet. We were just talking about that last night. I never knew what that was till last night. Yeah, I swear to God.
Shit. That's like 80s, 90s.
Yeah. My brother was saying Aquaphor. I was like, what do you mean Aquaphor in your hair? What are you talking about? She goes, Aquanet. She goes, I would go through fucking boxes of Aquanet. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you looks like it's stuck in your hair. It looks like it's part of your. It looks like when she sweats, perfume rolls out her fucking pores.
It all comes out with like a rainbow shade.
Yeah, I said perfume. I mean, hairspray just comes out her pores, and like she,
like she's crazy because she smokes. She's like a walking fucking fire hazard.
My mom?
Yeah, does your mom smoke?
No, she used to.
I'm putting that.
She looks like a smoker.
My mom was a smoker.
No, my mom used to be a smoker. I used to actually, if I'd see my mom, I hated my mom smoking. I was such a weird grown-up kid.
Did you check her all the time?
I was a checker. Yeah. I would check her when she was smoking a cigarette, when she was having sex. Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, all right in there?
Mom, why are you yelling? Are you okay?
Mom, why
is he hurting you?
Why do you guys keep thumping the wall?
I'm trying to sleep.
No, but I grew up pretty quick, like with it, And I would always take my mom's cigarettes out of her pocketbook, and I would like throw them out, and she would hate me for it.
I did that one time, but my mom was extremely violent, so I wasn't something I could go with. I couldn't check my mom.
Yeah.
I couldn't check my mom at all.
My mom's beat the fuck out of me, but she wasn't like, I mean, she would beat the fuck with multiple. She'd had an arsenal. My mom had an arsenal for sure, but there was only so much at once. Like I would laugh. My mom would hit me, and I'd be laughing. It hurt.
Yeah,
but I'd be laughing for some reason because she would make these like gremlin faces.
You know, it was funny as you're slipping in and out of consciousness. You're like,
yeah. Look, I come to consciousness. I look at her. I'm like, because she would make these like bulldog, like she would like show her teeth and shit, and fucking like she's growling at me, and I'm like, oh my god,
that's Aquanet anger.
That's Aquanet fumes.
Dude, I don't know what caused more autism? Was it vaccine or Aquanet? Fucking residue?
Yo, Aquanet, dude. What do you mean? All the kids popping out now have a punch autism.
Yes, they have a punch autism and great hair. You come out there, just styles as any way you want it. You can just fucking
yes, it. Luscious locks. Just sprayed. Yeah.
Just luscious locks.
I can't say hairspray. I keep wanting to say spray paint or
hair vape
or perfume. I can't say hairspray. What's wrong with me?
It just comes out. It's something weird. It's not something people use anymore, really, that I know of.
But I do get you on the whole, the traumatic thing. Like I was saying, I feel very lucky because I caught it early on. Like I didn't really have anyone guiding me. I felt like my dad was guiding me very much. I was I grew up kind of Italian American, like Catholic and stuff, but I kind of, slowly weeded out of that. But I still was like felt spiritually connected to like my dad and all that. So I always felt like I had someone whispering good like things in my ear. I would always have intuitions and feelings about things to do and not to do as a kid, which was good, I guess. But I'd also think so much. Like I could have, me, my brother and sister, which they have a different dad. Okay. And their dad died. And then my dad came to the rescue for them. And then he died. So like they pretty much had two dads that died. So
did you call them your...
Oh, they're no.
My brothers and sisters are the same.
Dude,
they're different dads too.
Yeah.
My dad helped raise
They
them.
may think of me as the little fucker that popped out when they weren't, but
I never thought of that. My brother and sister, they have a different dad, and their dad died too.
Yeah,
like way after my dad. So they had two dads that died on them too.
Yeah, I think we talked about this the last pod too. Yeah, 100%. They had two dads, and I realized that recently. Like I realized a lot of things recently. I was doing like self-therapy really young on, like 12, 13 years old. Like I had to remind my mom to like pay bills. And so in that case, I was like, I don't know, I would find things online. I just remember like looking up like, philosophy shit. I wasn't really reading books, but I was just looking up research of like just trauma and philosophy and people's dads died, like all this stuff that I wound up just like writing my own feelings out in a book. Just doing that wind up like helping me early on. And that kind of saved me because I just started like writing shit by myself. I would console with like my brother and my sister, but they put blockers on. They fucking like kind of hated my mom. They held like such a thing against my mom. My brother and my sister got out of this house that we moved in with like my my mom's new boyfriend at the time, and they got out of there as quick as fucking possible and left me behind. So I had all this alone time. I could have went down the road, brother. Yeah. I could have went down the tracks.
Could have been gotten fucking dark. I didn't deal with any of that shit until I got into rehab. When I got locked up.
What age did you get into rehab?
25, 24. 25.
Shit, that's my age, brother.
Yeah, that's when I got locked up.
Yeah.
And they mandated me to a 6-month inpatient
Holy
facility.
Fuck, yeah.
So like fucking I was with real drug addicts and real drug dealers.
Yeah.
Because it was only drug addicts.
What were you popping?
I wasn't popping anything. I sold weed to an undercover cop.
Oh.
And they fucking arrested me and treated me like I was Pablo Escobar. They had
right.
I remember looking at my Discovery and they had like copies of the money and like pictures and like surveillance pictures and stuff. And I'm like, you guys
of you selling dubs?
I was like, you guys wasted all this resources on me.
I'm me selling an ounce?
Dude, I'm not a drug dealer.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys,
I'm cutting up an ounce and selling it.
I don't know if this comes up in your investigation, but I didn't sell to anybody else. You guys caught me selling to no one else. It was just you.
Oh, God.
You were the only person I was selling to.
Yeah.
But when I was in the inpatient program, I took it really serious. Because my brother gave me advice before I went in. And he told me, if you want to beat them, just do everything they tell you to do.
100%, yeah.
If you want to beat them, do everything they tell you to do. Because if you don't, they're going to fuck you up.
They're going to keep you in there for as long as they
You're
can.
going to lose no matter what. Because my brother knows how my attitude is. And I would rather spite myself.
Brother, I had a bad temper.
I'd rather spite myself just to say fuck you. And I'm only hurting myself. So he told me to do that. So when I went in, like I was taking all the groups serious. I was doing all the work, like and stuff. And when we were, I forgot what we were talking about, where my dad and stuff came up. And then I realized, oh wow, I'm really angry at him.
Yeah.
Because my dad died of AIDS. My dad got AIDS doing heroin with my aunt.
Yeah.
And that was back in the 80s when
it was the AIDS epidemic.
Yeah, where it was like toxic. Like people thought they buried my dad in a hazmat bag.
Holy fuck!
I didn't know that until I was in Puerto Rico.
And that was a lot of Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of ignorance then, too.
Yeah, well, that's fucking Fauci ran that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Fauci was in charge of the fucking.
No way.
Was in the NIH.
Was
still,
back then, yeah,
And
yeah.
He was promoting this drug that actually killed a lot of fucking people. It
Yeah,
was called
No shit.
I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a big deal back then where
Yeah.
that drug was like fucking people up.
Yeah, people would. They're not. That's so funny. They were like, "These guys are radioactive."
Yeah, bro. They put him in a
hazmat
Put him in a hazmat bag. And I remember when I was in Puerto Rico for the hurricane, and we were like fixing my my grandma's house and stuff. We went to go check. I'm sorry, it wasn't for the hurricane. It was for my little cousin's funeral, and we went while they were getting the grave ready because we have like a family plot, and it's like two, those outdoor things where it's like in Italy too, where you have the top.
Kind
the
of
graves are above ground.
Badass is what that is. It's a fucking. It's a house for your dead body.
It's a fucking condo.
It's a fucking studio.
The last condo you will ever live in.
Yeah, it's a lifelong. It's a forever life studio for your dead body.
Yeah. So we went because my grandmother lives across the street from the cemetery that my dad's buried at. So we went there. We were at my grandma's house and we went to the cemetery to go. I wanted to go look at my dad's grave, but they were preparing it for my cousin because we all get buried there because it's a big ass fucking plot.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably could fit like
what is it called? What is the cemetery?
It's in Guamo, Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
It's in Puerto Rico. So we
I'm over here asking what cemetery is
Joseph's?
this? Like I know like I know cemeteries. Okay. Oh, is this Gates of Heaven?
Yeah, because you were waiting for me like, oh, my dad's buried there too.
I swear I was like, if he fucking says Gates of Heaven and he's Hanover, we're going to dig up our dads right now. Your dad's buried in Guam, dude. That's all right.
Oh my God.
I never been to that. I've been to I don't know if you can tell. I've been to way too many like funerals and wakes.
Yeah, me too.
Like big Italian family.
I was there
it's like,
burying my fucking 12-year-old cousin.
I've been to people's. Oh, that's rough, dude.
Fucking crazy.
I'm so sorry. That's so rough. Yeah.
So
what was that? What was that? Motorcycle accident or something?
No, man. He was 12 years old, but he had a touch of the tism. And so
Hardcore
he was basically
then, huh?
like, no, actually he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't 12. Maybe he was 10.
Ooh,
he might have been 10.
Worse.
But he was, he had a touch of autism and he was a little slow, learning wise. He was really smart in other areas, real sweet kid, loved animals, was really fun and stuff. But he had the mind like of a 5-year-old, 6-year-old. He was very like childlike. So he was playing with other 6-year-olds
At like
outside.
10, 12.
Yeah. And then he was outside with the other kids and they were in the backyard. And my aunt's car was in the back. It had like flat, needed like work to done on it. So she had it in the backyard because in Camden everybody parks their cars on lawns.
Yeah.
So she
because if they park them anywhere else, they're gone.
No, it's just because there's no room. And then she had the car in the back and it was nobody was using it, but the kids got into it and started playing in it and they got locked in the trunk and nobody knew where they were. So we did like a whole search for them.
Damn, dude.
We all drove down, like my family up here, we drove down because the kid was missing. We were kicking in abandoned building doors. We went home in Camden for
fucking way.
So going everywhere. And the whole time we were out we were all like at least 50, 60 of us
just surrounded
outside.
that car.
We were in
you didn't hear him knock?
Because what happened was my grandmother likes to make little ceramic things. Right, and she had 2 big ass bags of plaster Paris in the trunk. So when they were playing and probably trying to get out and stuff, they broke open the bags and all the dust, so they suffocated from the dust. In the trunk.
Fuck, dude.
Right, so
there was 2.
All 3 kids. Yeah. There
No
was 3
way.
kids.
All 3 kids got stuck
All
in the
3
trunk
kids
and
got
died.
Stuck in the trunk. Yeah.
Was this in the news?
Yeah. It was in the news. It was CNN and everything.
Fuck, dude.
And
That's
it
so
had
tough.
national news coverage. Yeah,
You were tight
because
with
they were
him?
missing them. They were missing, yeah. Like that's my father's family. That's my father's sister's daughter's kid.
Yeah.
So my first cousin, her son.
What year was this?
This was 2005, 2006, I want to say, around there. And so we were all out there searching. We're doing searches, and my other aunt, my uncle's wife at the time, was in her car out front, and she was like the mobile command center where she was like, taking calls and stuff. And they were in the car. They had the car on and stuff. And they had the car on for so long that the battery died. Right? That's how long we were out there. So when the battery died, my other cousin, he was like, "Oh, I know where there's jumper cables. They're in the trunk of that car." So he went to go get the jumper cables. When he opened the trunk, he fucking found the kids. Fucking terrible ordeal.
That is so terrible, man.
Yeah, and then I was the one that had to tell my cousin that we found her son.
Damn.
Too, which was fucking
That's
the worst
fucking
feeling
horrendous.
in the world.
And how old are you? Like
No, I was on parole at the time. I was like 26.
Oh shit.
27.
You were 26, 27 in 2005?
I was on my way to drug court to go to court, and then I heard about it, and I called my PO, and I was like, "Hey, this is going on. Can I go?"
Damn,
They're like, "Yeah, no problem. Go ahead."
Wait,
go.
you were 26
I was down there in a fucking
2005?
Yeah.
Damn, brother.
2005, I was...
You an old fella right now.
2000, I was 18. So 2005, yeah, I was 20
Dude, you're like 19 years... You're like almost 20 years older than me. Yo. Hey, brother. Hispanic don't crack, I guess, dude.
Baby.
You look good, brother. I'll tell you that. You look good, dude. Fuck, man.
So anyway, we were burying him in Puerto Rico, and they had opened the grave. I didn't realize they were doing that when I went over there, and so they had everything open, and I'm like looking in and shit, and they were starting to pull stuff out because they had to pull bodies out to put new bodies in, but then they had pulled this fucking bag, and I was like, "What's that?" They're like, "Oh, it's your father," and it was the hazmat bag. I got pictures on my phone.
Dude.
I got pictures on my
On
phone.
your
of my
phone?
dad's bones.
No, on your dad's my dad's bones.
Yeah.
Damn, you know what? Like that's kind of cool. Like that's kind of
That's what I thought.
Like that's kind of cool, man.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't have pictures of my dad's.
How many pictures with my dad?
I barely have any pictures of my dad. Like I
Yeah.
have very limited pictures. I feel like of my dad.
Same.
I would love to see like. I mean, maybe this is maybe this is crazy, but I'd love to see my dad's bones.
Yeah.
I'd love to be like, those my dad's bones.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you said that because in some weird morbid way, like when the
Gives you comfort to see your dad's bones.
like the guys that work at the cemetery are all older guys. They knew my dad, you know what I mean, and my dad was like a really popular guy. Everywhere.
At the cemetery?
No, everywhere.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Everywhere he went,
I thought you were like he was popular at the cemetery.
no, everywhere he went, he was like a super popular dude.
Okay.
Like, he just knew people everywhere. And the guys that were the undertakers there, I don't know if they're called the fucking undertakers, but whoever.
I think they're called like. Wait, are they under
guys?
the caretakers?
The caretakers. Thank you.
Wait, I don't think they're.
They're not undertakers. I knew they were takers, bro. I knew they were takers. Right?
Just dudes with long hair, just
see people's fucking rings on their dead hands. They're like,
sitting
"Ooh,
up.
I'll
at
take that."
midnight. Oh yeah, dudes that just steal jewelry
I'll
off
take
dead
that.
bodies.
Yeah, caretakers.
Yeah,
they care
yeah.
to take shit from fucking from dead people. And I saw those fucking bones, and I was like, they were like, "Oh, it's your father. It was great, man." I was like a little proud. I was proud that I was there with the bones. It gave me a little sense of pride.
But now
that's my dad.
Here's what I'm confused about. How
Wanna
they
see my
had.
dad?
I'm down.
That's my dad.
You want to see my? You want to see my dad's femur? Hey, dude. Do you guys want to see Vic's dad's femur?
You can see it. Oh
you
my
guys,
god!
You
First
guys
of
want
all,
to
look
see
at
Vic's
this.
dad's skull? Oh wow, that's badass. Is that new?
Yeah.
I feel like that's.
You don't see it in the middle?
I feel like it's a little.
It's fucking great.
I'm dead.
Oh, it's fucking great. Huh? It is very crowded.
It's crowded.
But you know what? It's crowded, more crowded than the. See how like we didn't have that many big names for the little table inserts.
Yeah.
It's crowded because we're popping.
Because we're popping.
Because we're
Because the
popping at the
Dojo of Comedy is fucking hot potato.
It is hot lava.
And people are trying to cut into it, throw their cream cheese in there. Wait, throw their sour cream in there, and eat it all up. All right.
Eat it, baby.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Are you about to show me your dad's bones?
I'm looking for him. I'm looking for. I think you know what? I think that I didn't carry them over to this phone. Probably.
You didn't carry your dad's bones over to that phone?
Probably a good thing. They're probably on the fucking.
Do you have? Wait.
chip anyway.
Okay. Here's what I'm confused about. How long? Like how long did they have your dad's body in a hazmat suit before? Like how did you see these bones? I'm confused.
Because they had the bag out, And I was like, it had a fucking, it's a bag, it's a big white
hold on.
bag.
So your dad died. They put him in a hazmat suit. You guys didn't
hazmat bag. It's a bag.
Bag.
Yeah.
Right. Not a suit.
He wore a regular suit.
Yeah, he wore a suit and he was in the hazmat.
Yeah, it was closed casket. So I don't. Yeah, it was closed casket. So he might have been in the hazmat bag because it was like back then. People thought AIDS was like
radioactive.
Yeah, exactly.
They thought you can breathe
this
in
way
AIDS
before magic.
They thought AIDS was COVID.
Yes,
they were like, yeah, they thought AIDS was
AIDS
airborne.
19. That's what it was called.
AIDS 19.
They thought it was.
They thought AIDS was airborne.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation back then.
Yeah.
And no Joe Rogan podcast to set things straight. Could you imagine if Joe Rogan podcast was out during the 80s?
Yeah,
and he was like, hey guys, stop taking that shit.
Yeah.
It's killing you. What you need to do.
These guys are getting in body bags with hazmat suits.
Yeah, what you need to do is you need to take chloroform. No, what is the other thing called?
Thank you, love.
Well, you went home.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Oh, good for you.
Look like it. Nice.
Hey,
watch that
this
mouth
is a
down.
family show.
Yeah, we're talking about AIDS. We're talking about AIDS.
Jesus Christ. So, what were we saying? Oh, yeah. So when they
so how did it come to the
they
point
put
where
him
you
in
saw
the
the
hazmat
bones?
bag. So when I was over there, we were talking, and I'm looking, and there's just this bag, this big white bag. It's zipped up.
But like, how long after did you go? Like, how long after he was dead did you go?
He died in '88, and we're there in 2006, 2007.
Oh, because he's in that apartment.
He's in the apartment.
He's in the
And
studio.
That studio in the ground.
Yeah. So you went into the studio to do what though?
I went to go pay my respects to my dad's grave.
Oh.
Me and my uncle, like, let's go see the grave. So
And it
we
was
went.
coincidence that they
And
were
it was coincidence
taking
that they were
him out?
preparing. Yeah, they were preparing everything, and they took his bag.
Preparing
out.
what?
Because whenever they're gonna bury
clean it?
somebody, they have to clean it. And
Wait,
make
why were they
sure
going to
they
bury
move.
him now all of a sudden?
No. They were burying my cousin. I was there for my cousin's funeral.
Oh,
that died.
okay.
And when I went over there, it was like the first day we landed, and then I went over there. Let me go pay my respects, and I went with my uncle, and as soon as we get there, they're out. They had the fucking thing open,
And they were cleaning it out.
They were making room, so make sure that fucking casket and everything
interesting.
could go down.
And you saw the bones and the suit?
I saw the bag.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what's this bag? It had a fucking big hazmat sign on it, right? Hazardous
Can I
material
open
sign.
it?
And I was like, what's this bag? And they're like, oh, that's your dad. And then I was like, what? And I was like,
That's my
oh, shit.
father?
That's my dad. I was like, open it.
My father lost weight.
I was like, open it. Yeah. I was like, oh, open it up.
They're like, we ain't opening it.
They're like, are you sure? I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, he's fucking gone. I want to see what's
yeah.
left. And he fucking opened it, and then it was just bones. They
Wow.
were like,
Did it smell?
They were no, they were like the color of this table. Actually, I mean, this chair.
Shut up.
Like that. They were
No, they weren't.
dark.
They were
a
dark?
orange.
Oh, like
kinda
this, kind of like like a
more
cigarette
this,
orange,
but orange.
like when you put a cigarette into like cotton, and it turns that brownish orange.
it's
like
dark.
rotten.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
a
It's
rotten
rotten.
color.
It's fucking rotten.
Okay, well,
And,
why did it take us so long to figure that out?
And I was like, oh man, whatever. This is fucking my dad now. And so anyway, what the whole point was,
I would love
rehab.
to dig my dad up for no reason.
Do it, bro. Do it on us.
I'm probably all
Sunday
right.
night.
I don't think that's a great idea.
It hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
You're still not gonna get
It's
bones.
been 17 years. Yeah, right? We would dig up skin. No, there's definitely bones now.
Dude, I don't know how long it takes, but
Yeah.
all right. So anyway, I was dealing with that fucking trauma, and when I went to rehab and stuff, I was rehashing, and I realized that I was really
Rehashing
angry.
and rehab.
I was really angry at my dad. I was angry because I felt like he chose drugs over me.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't understand addiction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just was like, this guy rather get high than, stay
And
alive
stay
for
alive
me.
for his kid. Yeah.
Everybody always talks about how much he loved me.
Yeah. Were
and,
you his
know,
only son?
I was his only son.
Yeah, that was my dad's only son.
Yeah. So everybody's like, oh, how much he loves you and everything. I was like, well, if he really loved me, how come he didn't stop doing drugs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, obviously,
that's a tough conversation too.
I went through that.
Especially
So
as a young fella.
my counselor at the program, we talked about that in depth, and she gave me insight about, drug addiction and how it's not like that. It's not that they don't love you, whatever. We had that whole conversation, and then she was like, you need to have she's like, what you really need is to have a conversation with your father. And I was like, huh? And she's like, you have to have a conversation with him. You need to tell him how you feel. You have things that are unsaid that you need to tell your dad.
Yeah.
And you have to get this off your chest because you have resentment and you're never going to be able to get better if you carry this resentment around. So I was like, all right, well, do you have Heaven's number? I don't know how I'm supposed to talk to him. And she's like, well,
actually, I have a Ouija board right here.
Yeah, she's like, actually, open the door. Your dad's actually not
Your
dead.
dad's actually in purgatory.
I used to dream that like my dad would come out of the ocean and be like because he was like a spy or something, and like he's like on a long mission.
Oh,
I used to have
shit.
these kind of, I
Let's
used to have
unpack
crazy
this, Vic.
daydreams. I used to have crazy daydreams because I missed my dad. I wish my dad would come back. So I used to come up with stories on why he would come back. Like he had to lie to my mom to fucking because he didn't want to pay child support or something. I don't know. So he faked his death so he'd have to pay child support.
He faked his death.
Just to avoid fucking payments.
Now he's in Guam.
Now he's in fucking Guam. He's fucking Che Guerrero.
Yeah.
So she told me to write a letter.
Okay.
She was like, write a letter.
Say
everything like you were talking to him. Say everything you want to say that you want to talk to him. Write it all because this is the only conversation you're gonna have.
Yeah.
You know, you want it to be done.
Yeah.
So write a letter. If you want to share it with me, we can talk about it. If not, either way, when you're done, burn it. Burn the letter, and as it burns, know that that's the end of how you feel like that.
Exactly, yeah.
So I was like, oh, fucking, all right. So I did it, and I told her about it. I talked to her. I showed her the letter, and we talked about it. And then we both went outside, and we fucking burned it, and fucking I cried. And fucking, and that was it. And you know what? That shit actually did help. I really forgave my dad after that. And ever since then, I've only tried to empathize with how my father felt.
Sure.
The things that he went through, especially when I became a dad. Because leading up to me being a dad, when my ex-wife was pregnant with my daughter, I started having major anxiety. I started developing this whole other depression. And it was based around my fear that I was going to leave my daughter like
your
left.
dad, yeah.
And I like that fucks with me so heavy. Still, even to this day.
Yeah,
Even to this day,
God
the
forbid
fucking
you get hooked on
anything.
Yeah.
Not even just dying, just being gone and her growing up without a dad.
Yeah.
I never wish that feeling on anybody. People that grow up without a parent.
No, but I'm saying like
hard.
that's part of the reason, I think this motivated you for 2024 is just a lot of that. I think what you're doing right now is really great for your mental state, is what I think. And
for sure,
and
because I'm playing too many scenarios in my head.
Yeah.
Every time I drop my daughter off and I leave my old house that I used to live in, that me and my ex-wife bought together and that I fixed up and put so much work and blood and sweat and tears and thinking my whole life was going to be there. Now, every time before I used to drop my daughter off and I would leave and I would fucking get so choked up. I'd fucking cry.
Yeah.
And I'd fucking be crying on the way to shows.
Yeah.
It's the fucking worst feeling. I'm like, bro, I'm in the car. Like, how the fuck am I going to make somebody laugh?
Yeah,
bro,
how the fuck am I going to be funny right now?
I'm fucking ripped apart inside. Like, this is fucking sucks. I'm like, I'm an outsider in my own fucking daughter's life and all that shit. All shit I'm making up in my head. Because you know what?
Scenarios that you continue to build on, yeah.
Today I dropped my daughter off and I left. And I wasn't fucking upset.
Oh, that's a great feeling.
I was fucking proud. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm proud that I'm there for her.
And where you've come
every
too.
fucking minute.
Where you've also, I have some pride in also where you've come mentally, I would believe, as just a whole human being too. That the whole letter burning thing, I mean, that definitely works. And there's no such thing as closure.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such
thing. It's not closure, it was forgiveness. It was forgiveness that I needed.
Yes. And forgiveness is definitely essential for you, not for not to. I'm forgiving them for them.
It's forgiving me for me. Yeah,
it's for you.
Because I was carrying around that anger.
100%.
I couldn't. I don't know if you could identify with this. I think we talked about this the last time, but I couldn't listen to people talk about my dad. I didn't like it.
I remember
didn't
you
people
telling me
would
that,
always tell me, your dad loved you so
Yeah.
much. And I'd fucking get so mad inside, bro. And I'd be like, stop talking. In my head, I'm like, stop talking.
And that's also because of the situation that in the way he died and how he died. And, how old were you when he died?
I felt abandoned. I was 6.
Right. You were 6. Yeah. Yeah. See, I was 8.
Even number.
That's a tism punch right there. That's a straight papa.
Even numbers.
Even numbers. Bada bing. I don't know what that means, but you know, December 12th. I was 6, you were 8.
Number 12's even too. All the numbers in my birthday are even.
I don't even know equations.
I do love even numbers a lot. Anyway,
Yeah.
what were you? I do. Everything has to be an even number.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
like odd numbers. To do things in odd numbers.
Yeah, I mean, with me, it was very sudden. Like, it was, I didn't know my dad was dying. I knew he was like sick, but they told me nothing. They brought me home from school one day, and I was a happy kid, and I see the back of my dad's head, and all of a sudden the priest says, your dad's with Jesus now. And I just see my dead dad, like literally dead though. Not like, sleeping, but like this, mouth open and everything. And that was the last memory. Will never leave me in my life. That was the last thing, like a couple days before.
Was it in the hospital?
No,
it was
at my house. Oh. A couple days before. I mean, they brought my dad home, and they were like, they said he had 3 months to live or whatever. The next day he died. I didn't know any of this, though. I just knew he was in and out of the hospital. But to me, my dad is he's going to be around for years. I was supposed to, he died on a Wednesday, December 12th. He died, 2007. I was supposed to go to the movies with my dad that Friday, I remember. And that's what I planned on doing. You know how sad it is to like my dad came to my room and been like, hey, you want to go to the movies this Friday? And that was like maybe a day or two before he died. And I was like, oh yeah. And to me, in my little boy, 8-year-old heart, I go, that's strange. My dad really typically doesn't say things like that. Like he doesn't, like we'll go to the park, we'll, play ball, we'll hang out, but like, the way he said it, the way he came to me, it was strange. I knew it was strange. I said that was a strange thing my dad just did. Hey, he goes, hey, do you want to go to the movies Friday? Want to see a movie Friday? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And it was like a weird thing to me. And then I realized when he died, I was like, fuck. He wanted to get in like a last fucking movie before he's gone.
Fuck, so, he knew he wasn't going to the movies. So
yeah.
He just fucking let me.
And he just went to the moon instead. You better get your ass back. The priest was like, your father's with Jesus now. I was like, tell fucking Jesus to get him back here.
Is Jesus coming to the movies?
Yeah, is Jesus? Is Jesus catching the movie too? And my mom always would when my rabbit died, my mom's like, he went on a business trip to see Jesus. And I was like, what's Jesus' business with my dad and my rabbit? What's going on?
My dad was a Monday.
So, it was a Monday?
Yeah, that's what I was looking up.
Yeah, you're looking.
Because if it's a Wednesday too, I'm fucking leaving.
Yo, I'm dropping Mike, dude. That's crazy.
I was like, I'm fucking leaving if it's a Wednesday too.
But, that's like one of the things that kept the trauma going. If my dad died in a fashion where I knew he was dying, I do feel like that I would have been a little less fucked up, Like the way they introduced it to me was terrible. They just brought me in and they said, hey kid, hey, I know you ate but here you go. There's your dead dad. Just take a look for a second. Okay, get over it, cry.
Oh man, that's a tough fucking thing to do to a kid.
And that's the thing. So, closure is a fallacy. There's no such thing as closure. It's such a fallacy. It's people say this is how you get closure. There's no closure. It's just acceptance. Like that. What you did was forgiving and acceptance. And I did that with my mom, and I did that with my dad. I forgave my mom for a lot of things she did after the fact. My brother and sister still hold like this crazy grudge. We have a group chat that says "Who likes mom?"
Oh my god!
But my mom is a special individual. She's got the with the tism a little bit. So she's so they don't give her a break. I do at times. I kind of I accept it a little more, but I have forgave her for a lot of the things she did over the years and whatever. But I've also accepted, where my dad is at. It's never been closure. I still this year I drowned in the misery a bit. So I was in a dark mental state this year too. Between comedy, being a stand-up comic does not make it any better.
No.
It
also drags you.
It can absolutely. It can make it better. You can use it to your advantage, and you just need, from what I've learned so far. I mean, buddy, you got years on me, so I'm not going to be saying nothing you probably don't already know. But from what I've learned, you can use it to your advantage if you if you're patient,
Channel
channel
it properly.
it properly. Yeah, 100%. Channel those emotions properly to where you're going to relay maybe your message or your angle or how you feel in a funny manner. And that's what I've always done, even as a kid. As a kid, I was always
sarcasm and everything.
right. As a kid, I was making impressions and I was sarcastic and I was, being a goofball, being a wise ass, right? Because that was the only way. Because everyone was always arguing and shit was flying off the walls, and so I was always like the medium, especially between my dad's side and my mom's side. And on my dad's side, my dad's parents got divorced and remarried. So now there's a split in half. They're split in half on my dad's side in general. And then my dad to my mom's side didn't even really like each other. And then when my dad died, everyone's all over the place. So I was always, always the one trying to be the medium in the family, just trying to like make people laugh and bring people together and make jokes here and there. So that if you channel it properly and if you're patient with yourself, I've learned that it is a huge advantage. That trauma, that emotion, that darkness that you find yourself in the darkest times of my life, I always go, there's a moment where you go, fuck, everything is fucked. My life is fucked. God is nowhere near me. God fucking forgot about me. Everyone forgot about me. No one likes me. Everyone thinks I'm gay. My brother's gay though, but they think I'm gay now. And, fucking girls don't it's everything in the world. The world is against you, right? In those times, where I felt like the world was against me, I fucking wrote. I just wrote it all out, right? And I would come to a point where I would stop writing and I would just speak. And it would, you get into this crazed speaking where I'm speaking to God, I'm speaking to my dad, I'm speaking to myself. And now all of a sudden I'm coming up with just bits. I have so many jokes and bits that I have yet to even say where in those matters because I'm a fucking pussy. But,
You'll just get there. I don't think you're a pussy at all. One of the things I commend about you in your comedy is that you are very brave in the chances you take.
Yeah.
You take a lot of fucking chances. And sometimes it doesn't go your way, 100%. But whatever. But you're still out there taking chances. Yeah. Which is one of the things I want to do this year too, is I want to stop doing the material that I recorded and I want to just do new shit. I just want to go up there and fucking risk it all. Like today, I just want to go up there and risk it all.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm doing that.
Everything
bit
I
from
did
now
tonight
on.
was I'm doing that bit. Like exactly, I'm doing that bit.
I'm doing that bit.
You ever do a bit? Yeah, you ever had a mic? Hold on, this has happened to me, and this is part of the reason why I take these risks. Because even before I got into comedy, I was taking crazy risks, dude. Like doing crazy things. People would look at me and go, fuck that guy. Like I was that kind of annoying. Yeah, I can see that. I can see why people would say fuck you. I was that annoying, I evolved into this, annoying but consistent and dedicated individual who, there are other people like that who are just that. I have a little more depth to me that I know, that I could use to my advantage, where I have a depth to my persona and to my angle and to what I'm going for. So I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this for repetition. But you ever be at a mic and you do a bit and you just know it's funny, but it gets nothing? One mic, two mic, three mics, and it's nothing. You're like, I fucking believe in this bit. you go, this is fucking funny though. This has got to be funny. Like I remember,
it does great in conversations.
Yeah, it does great with my grandma. Yeah. I've done it quite a few times, like maybe a handful of times, like 5 times, where I've ran bits at mics and they don't go well, and then I run them at shows and they go very well. And I've done it a handful of times. Now, out of the handful of times, how many have worked? Maybe 2. Okay, so out of 5 times, maybe 2 have actually gone. But my point to this is that because of me taking that risk, those 2 have been solid. Have been solid bits. I remember this one time, I was running this small little bit about like letters, when I was like, I ran it by all you guys, and you guys were like, it's a stupid, middle school joke. And it was just I'm Italian American from New Jersey. I know 9 guys named Nick, and one of them wants me to call him Nicky. I'm like, what's with the extra sometimes vowel, dude? Which is why, because Y is sometimes. because why? because why? Because the letter Y is sometimes a vowel. So I was like, I set it up a little better, but I was like, what's with the extra sometimes vowel, dude? And it was never hitting. It hit at a show a couple times, and then obviously I realized like it's hacky, it's stupid, it's hacky, it's stupid. It was from middle school.
I'll never bring that bit up again.
Yeah, I'll never do this again. Yeah, and I realized it, man. Like I know.
But that's how you learn.
I'm learning. Yeah, like I'm still also young in the game where like I understand not everything I'm going to say is funny. I believe I have an advantage to just be I have a natural personality to just talk to people and can be, funny in moments and stuff, and I can come up with things. Everything else
That's
I know.
where I get fucked. Because I was talking about
I know
this
a lot
with
of people
someone.
like that too.
Yeah,
And
I rely only on talent. I put no work into what I do. Very minimal work.
yeah.
Where I basically
Just rely on like the words you write down on paper are going to work.
I write down an idea and then I'll do it.
You'll riff on
tonight
it.
and just talk about it.
Yeah. I do that. And that's listen.
And then I put it up. The problem is that's fine to start with, but then I never take that and then go
to the next level. Yeah.
If I go write it out,
Yeah, you gotta
add
do
to
that.
it and
Gotta
fucking
do
really
it.
squeeze the shit out of it.
it's so ideal. And that's squeezing right there. The word you just said, I say that a lot. I say that a lot at mics when I'll say an idea and it'll get a little laugh and I'll go, that's a fucking lemon. And sooner or later, I'm gonna squeeze it all over your fucking heads. And there's not one way to do this, by the way. And I know you know that.
There is no way. Just got to do it.
No, 100%. But I'm saying there's not one way to do comedy. It's not one way to.
That's
everyone has
not
their
what I
own.
learned at the Comedy Cove class. That's not what I learned at the Comedy Cove. This is the only way you do it.
Yeah, and it's
If
going.
you do it any other way, you'll never work
Yeah,
here.
and it's going real well for those guys over there. Yeah, those
Shout
guys
out
are
to
getting.
the fucking Comedy Cove. Man. Everybody hates on that fucking place, but you know what? It's a fucking comedy club in New Jersey.
I'm not.
More the merrier.
Yeah,
bitch.
2024. I'm really looking to hate less, negativity, and more positive things. And I realized too when I was in Austin that a lot of those guys are a little more positive. Some of them.
So? I might have been around a different group than
I was definitely some groups like this one particular.
I'll say that.
This one particular group was very just attacky. Like I could just see like they were attacking just people that are doing better or whatever. But for the most part, the people I was around, they were very nice and welcoming. I guess I was there at a good time too. There was a lot of different people there, but
also mostly all of the comics in Austin aren't from Austin.
100%. There is the scene is tighter knit where like gratefully for that scene, the people who are really in that scene are funny. There's other guys that are outside the scene that are just really open micers, and I mean, they got words, but they don't make them come together much. But for the most part, everyone there was very nice, very welcoming. You can tell like there's quite a bit of people who are just two-faced. Here at least it's like we'll talk shit to your fucking face for the most part. But I really liked that scene. I was like, man, when I was down there, I was like, man, New York and New Jersey's fucking bunch of fags.
He said that down there, and then when he came back here, he was like, yo, Austin fucking comics are a bunch of fags.
Yeah, right? You come back here, yo, Austin comics are fags.
Oh, my God.
No, it was different.
Edit that out.
It was different. It was chill. It was a little more chiller, and like everyone liked to talk about comedy. They all gave you a chance to say what especially in conversations and riffs and stuff. I felt like I was getting along with a lot of.
I'm sure you shoehorned your way into a lot of.
I shoehorned my way into everything.
I joke about you with that, but that's I joke about you. I joke.
You got
about
this.
you about that, or I joke to you about that because it's a quality that I am a little jealous of. Because I'm not a shoehorner. Like I'm not like I said, I'm an observer.
Yeah.
So I'm never trying to get in. I'm never trying to like
Yeah.
I don't make moves. I usually let everything come to me. I'm like that with almost everything, with fucking sex, with
Sure.
everything, opportunities. I'm just like, it's gonna come to me.
Yeah.
I just have this feeling like everything's just gonna come to me.
just
If
gonna
I'm
come to
here,
me.
if I'm here and I do the right thing, it's gonna come to me. I feel like I really have that belief in my head that as long as I'm doing the right thing, good things are gonna happen.
You're like a cat. You're like
I always fall on my feet.
Cat of a personality.
Yeah.
There you always fall on your feet. You get a little meow meow every now and then, right? And you'll weed your way around places, and then you'll wind up infiltrating. I'm a fucking dog. See, I was out there with that kid. Yeah. What's going on over here? Yeah.
The dog, you close the door on them, they're just scratching at the door to let them in.
Please. That's exactly what I do. Yeah, of course. And I know it. And, I'm okay with it, to be honest. I've accepted it. I've tried to, there's been times where I go, okay, we got to back ourselves down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, bring it down.
Bring it back a little
But there's been times where I've done things and I go, oh, that's why I am the way I am. Because, for one, I have a lot of defense mechanisms just for my own personal trauma and bullshit that I do. And so, I turn on this this switch in my brain that doesn't turn off until I'm not around people anymore, and then I settle it down. It's for just being around people. I always feel like I want to be on and friendly, and and maybe try to relate, entertain, and make you feel good. And if I don't make you feel good, oh, my bad. And then every now and then I'll go, okay, I'm gonna sit here for a treat for a moment. And then I come back to it, So, yeah, like I went out there with that guy, Mike Douglas. Shout out to him. He really he's awesome dude. That he got the Airbnb, he had a rental car, he got everything, the whole nine. He bought a building. He had the robes paid. Yeah, he blew all the construction workers. He helped the homeless. So he did good things for me to help me be out there with him, and we all kind of came around. But he was like the cat in the situation. I was the dog, like coming up to him, hey, how you doing? I'm fucking video. Like, I remember at one point I took some shrooms and I had a drink, and I was like, I feel on top of the world. I was like, I feel crazy.
Oh, did you guys know I'm the mayor?
Yeah.
Of Austin?
You guys know my name?
Yeah, that's fucking great.
You guys know I'm Italian? Yeah. you guys hear about this Italian guy?
I'm excited about that. Because when I was locked up and then I got out, I had to do 5 years in
a rehab
parole.
Oh, parole. That's what I meant.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
But like
probation, parole. It was intense.
Probation, yeah.
It was intense. It's called drug court. It was a experimental program when I got into it in New Jersey. Now it's like a regular program.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, yo, Vic was part of the experimental.
Yeah, I was in an experimental
parole program.
when they first.
I
got fucking lucky.
Yeah,
because
my brother-in-law is a parole officer.
They wanted to send me to prison. They were like my
really?
lawyer
over like a couple dubs, bro.
Dude. No, it was 3 ounces, but it was in a school zone. So in New Jersey, school zone laws are fucking the worst.
Were you say, Vic was selling dimes to 9-year-olds.
Hey kid,
he was.
That's what they made it seem like.
Yeah,
dude. Meanwhile,
that's like in Big Daddy where he's like, yeah, you who's cool, but how about what do you say? How about weed? He's like, how about that old weed, bro?
What's that?
He's like
good kid. That's
Rumpelstiltskin.
Exactly what you're supposed to say.
Rumpelstiltskin's cool, and so are you guys. Stay out of trouble. Don't smoke that weed.
So when I was when I got out, I had to do like intense shit. I had to go to court every Thursday, and check in, and like make sure that I had a job on the books, and talk about I had to go to 3 meetings every week, 3 AA or NA meetings, and get a fucking paper signed. I had to go to 3 outpatient program things a week.
They hit you with it all, bro.
I had to have a job on the books. I had to go to probation on Mondays, every Monday, and then I had to random urines on Fridays, where I would call a number in the morning and they would tell you a letter or a color. I think it was a color or something like that.
Today you're purple.
Yeah, today's purple. So then if you were on the purple list, you had to go in for a random drug test, and you had to be there by the end of the day, by 5 or 6 o'clock.
Today you're purple. Load up.
It was
drink your
worst.
water.
But you know what? So that time I had stopped smoking weed. I've been smoking weed since I was 12 years old.
Dang.
And,
mine was 15.
I was heavy. I was a heavy smoker. I used to drink, before I got locked up, I used to drink a 6-pack of Heineken and a 22. I used to drink a 6-pack and a 22 of Heineken every day.
Really?
Every single day.
Fuck, dude.
All right? That was my life. I was drinking and I was smoking weed. And so I had no direction. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I had no ambition. I had no desire. I had no dreams. I never thought I was meant to do anything. I never thought I was worth anything.
Really?
I really
You had
in
no
my
self-worth
mind,
or value
I had
or of
no,
any
to
sort?
me, I was just a fucking poor Puerto Rican kid with no dad that didn't deserve anything. Right?
That's and
Because
sadly
I was an
that's because
asshole.
that's what society told you, man.
No, nobody told me that. I don't know where I put that on myself.
No. But the things you were seeing on the news and in that era, that's what society constructed into your
You know what it was? It was
DNA.
My mom. I forgot who had a bit about this, but my mom made enough money so that we were the poor kids in a regular neighborhood.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that was
So we saw I think Chappelle had a bit like that.
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
You know, you're the richest in a
Mark Norman too
neighborhood.
had something about.
So that
being
was me.
in
So I was
New Orleans and yeah.
I'm around all these kids in the suburbs, right? And my family's from the Bronx. So every weekend I'm in the Bronx and I see drug dealers, I see gang members, I see roaches, I see fucking all crazy shit. And then I go into these neighborhoods and I'm like, "Oh, I'm different. Like this is how you're supposed to live. Like this is nice. Everybody has a dad." I'd go, you know what I mean? Like
Everyone has a dad here.
everybody has a dad. I used to go
brother.
to every sporting event. My mom never went. My mom worked a factory job by herself.
I grew up in the burbs. Everyone had a dad but me, though.
I had I grew up in the burbs, Hasbrook Heights, fucking New Jersey, and it's the burbs of burbs.
The burbs of burbs.
And it's a really nice town. And before that, I lived in Carlstadt, which everybody was pretty mean. That's where I learned the word "spick" for the first time. And then we moved out because I was having a lot of problems.
That
with
whole
kids.
bit about your name and spick and the black guys. That's fun. That's
fucking
good.
real. Like,
Yeah, I know that's real.
I
And
grew up.
That's funny
around
too,
black
by the
people,
way.
And
You
black
should.
people don't fuck with you. They don't fuck with your
Yeah.
name like that if they can't say
Yeah,
anything.
you're like
call
they just
some
want you
shit
to go
cooler.
back to where you came from.
White people just want you to go back to where you came from, dude. That's really
good.
good.
That was good. That was your Kill Tony set too. That was really good. I thought about. When I was out there, I thought about you and I thought about that bit, and I was like, "Damn, you should. I mean, I think you should push on that. I don't know if you have or have been writing more about it. I think that's a really good angle to take, based on your style and your voice rather. Actually, is your voice can take that." And I mean, I bet you can 100% open that fucking.
Oh, probably, I got to exactly
that
another one. I
fucking
gotta fucking
door.
Squeeze the fucking lemon.
Yes, right. Squeeze that lemon.
But I didn't. I've just never thought that I could fucking be anything. And I was a smart kid. I used to get good grades without trying. I used to get good grades without doing homework.
Makes one of us, pal.
Like that's
would
literally
try and
my
suck.
whole life.
I just kind of sucked at school.
I say this like it's such a bad thing. I'm like literally my whole life. It's like everything I tried to do, I was good at. Like everything I do, I'm good
my
at.
whole life. I got on a skateboard. I was doing kick flips in a week.
It's so annoying
Yeah.
because
I was
don't-
getting bitches left and right, but I mean, I was just struggling.
Yeah. It's just annoying because it's a gift and a curse, right? It's good that everything I try, I'm good at. I have natural talent. I'm fucking smart at things.
Yeah.
Like things come really easy to me.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that, the kryptonite of having that is that I don't put hard work in. I
Yeah.
don't feel like I have to work hard because it comes easy.
Yeah. It was
know what I
almost, for me, it was almost the opposite. I felt like I had no talents growing up. I felt like I was kind of stupid. But like I was always good at English and I was always very interested in history. Those are the two things. Everything else I fucking just blew at. I wasn't so great in sports. I didn't take it serious enough. I didn't hone all the talented things of life like that I was interested in until literally after high school. After high school, I fucking kicked up. Like I became a man. I became I became good at everything I tried. Like I just did it and I worked hard at it. And it was totally opposites. If things, and that's funny though, right? Like it's like people. There's a lot of people that I knew that grew up just very talented, just naturally talented. in school, naturally talented in sports. And I know a lot of kids who are very talented and didn't also put the effort in. And I in my head, I'd be in high school like, yo, imagine if that kid fucking tried. Like, oh my God, imagine that kid fucking like,
that's what I feel
being
like.
a bum.
Everything. I was varsity basketball, varsity tennis. Never fucking practiced. Practice. I never took anything serious.
Yeah, I did football. I wrestled, and I was just a big stoner and like I had like a clique of friends, but I was friends with everyone. I became in high school.
You were never in any cliques, but you were friends with all the cliques.
I was friends with all the cliques, but I would hang out with this one particular clique, and we would go to this place, this one person's house called the Trap,
the Dead Dad Club.
The Dead. Everyone had dead dads here.
Had dead dads.
Yeah, we'd all go there and just act like each other's dads. We'd be like, "You're my dad today." Yeah. No, but we would there was
Dead
this
Daddy daycare.
Fucking Dead Daddy daycare. There'd be like volunteer dads who would just come and be dad to us and get us high.
Yeah, just ignore us.
We had this one house, so this kid's house.
Screwdriver.
Yeah, this is a screwdriver. It has an X on it. That's called a Phillips head. We had this one house, like my friend's house, and we would all call it the Trap. And everyone after school would go there, and we would just smoke a shit ton of weed. And like that's when like dabs were coming around too, like the whole rig and shit. And it'd be all that. And we would all just get fucked up and party. And like that was a lot of like, for me, like end of sophomore year, junior year, senior. That was a lot of fucking that. And I also had like a girlfriend from sophomore to senior year. So I like stopped caring about a lot of shit. And then I wound up fucking up my mom's boyfriend like hard, where I almost went to jail. Like I almost killed him. I annihilated him for great reasons. And I was gonna go to the military at the time. I was like 17, 18. And I thought, I was so scared. I was like, oh fuck, they're not gonna let me go to the military because I just fucking almost killed this white guy, this Irish white.
Actually, that would have qualified you, right, for the Marines.
They'd be like, you're in, like Finn. Yeah.
Could you do that to an Afghan?
Yeah. Do you mind doing that to this Arab? Yeah.
Just point him at a turban.
They bring me in like a secret black room. They're like, do what you just did, but to this guy. Do it, and then
like
I'll
Jason
talk.
Bourne, and every time you see turbans, you just fucking
right. I just
like,
they put a chip in me. I would have been down.
I thought about doing that too, but like, everything. I never fucking tried. I never tried anything. Felt like I was a fucking loser. And anyway, the whole fucking point was I was when I was on when I got out and I was in that rehab, I did 5 years sober, right? And in those 5 years,
with no outpatient, or you were just still doing
outpatient? No, I did like that. That was part. That 5 years includes jail.
Yeah.
Like from the day I got sentenced, to the day it was over, it was 5 years.
Yeah.
And I leveled up in those 5 years.
So between 25 and 30?
Between 25 and 30, I leveled up, where I went from someone that had no prospects and no desire to, I worked at a Fortune 500 company, I had a job, I had a cubicle, like I had a car.
You had a purpose, is what you had.
I had a car. No, I really didn't have a purpose yet, but I had enough confidence.
Yeah, but
that's
a purpose. You got to understand. You were in a business where you felt, whether you felt valued or not, you had value that you were giving to this business, and you were receiving a reward because of the value you have. That's purpose.
Yeah.
So I bet you subconsciously, you were like, feels like a purpose to me. I'm supposed to, be here right now. I'm affecting this business graciously, and I'm making good money because of my value. But then go ahead, keep going with your story, because I think we talked about this once before.
Yeah. Also, I leveled up. I feel like I became a man. I started taking care of responsibilities. I didn't depend on women to take care of me anymore.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Before that, I was living with a girl, and it was like I was dependent on her. And
when I was
primarily didn't leave the relationship just because I depended on her for rent, for weed, for food.
Yeah.
See,
I did that
stayed
a lot earlier on too. I was like I lived with this girl in high school because I was borderline. I was like, when I fucked this guy up, that was where me and my mom were staying. my mom had to get us out of there, but she just didn't because she was honestly lazy in what she was doing in life. She was just complacent. And eventually I fucked this guy up, and like we wind up being like homeless, like sleeping on my sister's couch and stuff. So I wound up going to live with my girlfriend at the time in like senior year.
Use a bitch.
Huh?
Gotta use a bitch.
Gotta use a bitch.
Gotta use a bitch.
Gotta use a bitch. She had a beautiful home too, indoor pool. Oh my god, both her mom and dad were divorced, but her mom was like a CPA. Her dad was a lawyer.
It's beautiful
Dude.
being handsome.
Oh, it's
It's good. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
yeah.
You won't get set up like that if you weren't.
It was beautiful to get rich pussy.
Yeah, it's nice. I got tired of that shit, man, and it was. I had very, very low self-esteem.
Yeah,
I had no self-worth.
Same.
And now I'm fucking sober. I was in the program. I did the 12 steps. I was like, I had a spiritual experience.
That's great.
Really let go of like the person that I was, and I became this new person that was responsible.
Sure.
That was progressing. I had my own apartment. I had a car, and I was like, holy shit! Like I never
your GTA
in my
character's
life,
reset.
Yeah, I never in my life like saw that for myself. I really, really had no vision of anything in my life, and so coming into this year, the whole year, not struggle. I always say struggling financially, but I don't struggle financially. I make good money.
Makes one of us.
I make good money, and I don't. But the problem is, I spend bad. Right, I spend bad, and I'm spending.
I
so
spend
much
bad,
weed.
and I'm broke.
Yeah, that's a tough combination.
That's a tough combo.
But I spend.
You gotta pick one or the other.
I was living so far above my means. And only because I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm just smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
and I'm
food,
I'm
dude.
and eating out all the time because I don't want to cook. I'm lazy.
It was always my kryptonite to why I was broke.
It's just disgusting. I was living. I really felt like by the end of this last year, I felt so disgusted, and I started feeling like that old me again.
Okay.
Right? I really felt like I was slipping. I really felt like I was on the verge of a psychotic break. The thoughts I was having in my head were not fucking good at all. I was really in a dark place. Really darker than I would care to admit. Hopefully one day I'll fucking be brave enough to talk about that shit. But it scared me, and then Snoop Dogg did that shit, and the reason
fucking Snoop, dude.
The reason
Snoop inspired Vic Cedeno.
The reason Snoop inspired me is because every time I thought about quitting and thought that I had a problem, I would always reference Snoop as somebody that smoked a lot and was still successful.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if fucking Snoop can smoke that much, like, how
yeah,
come
but you're not Snoop fucking
Snoop
Dogg. You're not Snoop D-O-double-G, baby.
I am not from the dog pound.
So what? We get drunk. So what? We smoke weed. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. You're not that guy,
no,
bro.
I'm not that guy, dude. I was completely unmanageable and unwilling to recognize it. And when Snoop said he was quitting, and he had said, for those that don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know, Snoop Dogg said he was quitting. He said he was giving up the smoke, right? That was what he said. So automatically, everybody assumed he was talking about weed. Right, he didn't say. Technically, everybody, people were giving him shit about it, but technically, he didn't say he was giving up weed. Everybody just assumed.
He said the smoke.
He said, "I'm giving up the smoke."
So he's probably eating edibles now or something.
Because because it was an ad for a smokeless grill for your backyard.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I never dove into that. Immediately I saw that one post where everyone was going in hoots about it, and I was like, not true. And I just moved, and I moved on.
And it was great.
I didn't even look into it.
It was great marketing because all he did was give it a weekend.
Yeah.
Post that shit on a Friday, and everybody for the whole weekend
clicks,
talking about it.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing podcasts about it. Everybody's talking like crazy. Snoop Dogg giving up weed, right? But in my mind, when he did that, and the reason he, part of the marketing was he's like, I'm giving up smoke because, for my children or whatever. He made it about his family.
Yeah.
And then
barbecue shouldn't be smoked anymore.
Yeah, because you shouldn't breathe smoke on your kids.
Yeah. You shouldn't be metal smoking around your children.
So I thought, like, I started reflecting on myself, and I was like, damn, Snoop's fucking, if he's coming to this realization in his 50s, Like
I should do it early on. Maybe I'll be bigger than Snoop.
no, I just thought in my mind, I was like, you know what? I guess it is important to self-reflect. I was like, that's a really big of him. I'm
no.
I'm like, that's really big of him to.
You shouldn't think. You should know that it is very important to self-reflect.
Yeah.
I typically, dude, I'm such a huge critic, and I'm also, like yourself, I'm also a very big thinker. But I work these things out in my brain, and I work them out on my own, and I literally work them out.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you're in therapy, but I'm in therapy. I see a therapist every Thursday. Where I talk to a therapist.
Before you go into the therapy, let me finish
go ahead.
that smoke.
Yeah,
sorry. But hold that thought because I want to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
The smoke shit. I was like, all right, this he said he's doing it for his family. Right, I had a conversation with his family, so in my mind, I'm like, man, he said, he's talking with his kid. I was like, I do a bit about I'm lying to my kid all the time, but that's really,
it's really good.
That's truth. It's a real fucking life thing that I'm making fun of, and I started thinking about it. I was like, damn, I don't really want my daughter to catch on, because what I don't want is for my daughter to find out I smoke weed and then look at me different. Like the way she looks at me now, it's like I'm her fucking hero.
Sure.
And I feel like that when I break that news,
you don't want to
her,
be the stoner hero.
It's gonna feel weird. So I was like that. That just made me. I was like, you know what? Things have been really bad for me. I want to get a better place. I want to get a bigger place. I want to do things. I want, and then I was like, I want to level up. And I know I was like, but hey, last time I leveled up, I was sober. And I was like, you know what?
Cool.
2024 is my level up
Good
year.
reflection right there, yeah.
Yeah, 2024 is going to be my level up year, and it's going to level me up on everything. I know if I quit smoking weed and I get focused, I'm going to level up everything. All aspects of my life are going to increase because now I can be myself.
Sure.
I'm not dependent on this other thing that keeps me distracted, that becomes my fucking focus throughout the day. When I wake up in the morning, smoke. Then from the time I smoke in the morning until 11 a.m. when my brain starts thinking, I can't wait to smoke again. Can't wait to smoke again.
Damn.
Now from 11 a.m. until the time that I am able to smoke again, I'm not thinking really about anything else.
Just weed?
Weed is my main thinking, and everything else is an afterthought.
Damn, dude. That was
that
was really
saying?
the dark, the circle
yeah,
you were
and it's
in.
like, it's just.
That's a pattern.
Because I'm chasing that feeling.
Yeah.
Constantly chasing that feeling. The high comes down. I want that feeling back. I don't want to face reality. I want that feeling back.
Yeah.
I want that feeling back. Stay medicated.
Yeah.
Stay fucking underneath the fucking spell.
Shit, dude.
All the time.
I should be, fuck, man. I should really be happy that
everybody in my family's addicts. So many people are addicts.
I should be so happy and great. Like there's been so many times where I'm like, I wish I can enjoy my high sometimes. Like sometimes I really don't. Like sometimes I go, I don't enjoy this. I'm not all here. I'm not all there. I like to be very present in the moment, like and in control. Yeah. I like to be very, very like thoughtful and mindful of what I'm saying and how I'm saying it and all of that. I like to be very much in control. And a lot of times when I smoke weed, like that's why I really don't like to smoke weed and do comedy unless it's like a weed show. It's kind of with the energy. I'll go with it and I'll just flow into it and I'll let myself go. But I've done a lot of different like spiritual work that I don't know, my body, my mind, my spirit knows what it wants, and when it doesn't want something, it fucking tells me. It tells me like that's no bueno. No fucking good, dude. That's not good. You shouldn't do that. Stop doing that.
I don't have that guy. My guy's fucking. My guy's on leave.
Yeah.
He's on permanent leave.
Your guy's been on vacay for a minute, dude.
No. My guy's fucked up.
Yeah, your little voice has been on vacay. Dude, you're bringing him back, bro. He's coming back. He's back from vacay. He's unpacking.
Sure.
He's unpacking.
For
so
sure.
that's really great.
I spent this last week sick.
Yeah.
Right. That's the other thing. Yeah. My health was rapidly declining. All right, because I was eating like real shit, like consistent shit, and I felt that there was going to be problems coming. I feel like I was on the verge of pre-diabetes.
Something, right?
Yeah. Right, because like I'm fucking laying down and my legs are fucking falling asleep. Like when I'm laying, like if I'm laying on my recliner. your feet are kind of elevated.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like I'm not getting good circulation to my legs.
Yeah, and you're like,
and
fucking,
stuff.
you
I'm like,
Googled
this
it.
is not good.
WebMD
No,
was
I didn't
like
Google it.
diabetes.
I just knew that's a
WebMD was
bad
like, you're going to
sign.
lose a foot, dude.
My grandmother lost both her legs to diabetes. So I know that's the sign.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My grandfather's got gout. Oh, my God.
Every day I'm waking up and I get up and I look at where my recliner is and my table and like my side there, and there's just junk food wrappers, fucking Taco Bell that I door dashed at 1:30 in the morning
shit.
after a show
Oh,
and shit, you know?
I've done that with Wendy's
I'm
once.
just sitting
I did that with
there,
Wendy's one time,
sick.
like door dashing really late in the morning, and I felt like a fucking pig.
Yeah. I was waking up and I'm waking up with food because I ate so much. The food is right here.
It's right there.
It didn't make it all the way down. I
shit.
piled it all the way into here.
Dude, you're just fucking...
So I'm like gagging while I brush my teeth,
God
almost puking.
damn.
Every day.
You were just fucking destroying yourself.
I use a tongue scraper. You use a tongue scraper?
Yeah.
So I was
Well, I
scraping my
have
tongue.
a thing.
I bought a metal
yeah.
tongue scraper.
I know
on
what you're talking
Amazon.
about.
Yeah, they're fucking dope.
I know that.
So I was doing that every morning, and every morning when I would scrape my tongue, before I did anything, I brush my teeth and then I scrape my tongue, and when I throw it into the sink after every scrape, it was brown. It was like a layer of brown on top from smoking so many fucking blunts.
Yeah.
So imagine if I had that on my tongue. Imagine what my whole esophagus is lined with.
Get that out of here. That's gross. That's fucking nasty.
And
dude,
when
I brush and do all that at night. I make sure my whole mouth is clean at night. Since I got these fake teeth, I'm fucking clean in my mouth, dude. You know,
like a responsible kid.
Because when I had braces, I didn't know you're supposed to like brush your teeth ever. So
these aren't self-cleaning? Fucking mom chipped out again.
Right? No, when I had braces, I only brushed like once a day, and I didn't. And so when I got them off, I had these white spots, and then when I lost my two front teeth, it fucked me up. So I got really deep on like oral hygiene. So now I'm pretty on top of it.
Yeah.
That and all the other. Yeah, I've been, you know, I don't know what to say, man. I'm now thinking that I've even more than ever. Like I'm very, very lucky. I'm very lucky that I have this.
100%.
I have these. I'm a very spiritual individual. You know, I'm not totally religious. Recently, I've kind of been a little more religious, honestly. But I'm a very spiritual individual.
The end of days will do that to you.
The end of days will bring you back to Jesus. Yeah. When
good that you don't have that fucking gene, dude.
When millionaires,
that's a mechanism.
I know, and it is a mechanic that is built in, and it's not.
I see it in people, and I see it when it's not in people.
Yeah, and I also know.
Fuck this guy, he's normal.
Yeah. Fuck this guy. He cares about himself.
He
Yeah.
fucking obsessed about fucking drugs.
Yeah. Ugh. This guy doesn't have negative thoughts. No, I do have very invasive and negative thoughts still. But I also look at myself and I go, you know, hey man, give yourself a break too. Like I'm very, very hard on myself just based on where I've came, and I'm like, I need to keep going. I always punched myself in the face of like, not literally. Actually, I have literally before.
Been there.
Yeah, seriously. I've had some real mental breakdowns, and I've had true mental breakdowns my whole life, and I think that's also why, like, I have this ability to take control, is because I have had some surreal just outbursts and trauma where I would sit there like this and just be in a daze from trauma. Like from things that would go down, like, yelling and screaming, thinking about, what happened in my life, things I was born into and born with, and
things you have absolutely no fucking
things I have
control over.
zero control over, things that just happen.
That's probably what drives you crazy even more. Is that you don't have control. That you can't go back and
100% is that I
change
can't change anything. I can't change a single thing. The only thing I can change is now and tomorrow and what's happening, in the future and so on. And so that is what does drive me, but I've had so many fucking nights where I couldn't sleep. I would stay, even in Austin, I had like a manic, like bad set this one night at the Vulcan, because I got like I had a couple of drinks. I talked my way onto the show. And and I was everyone was very nice. I was nice to everyone, and it was a couple people in the crowd. Everyone was kind of just.
Can you say I shoehorned my way into the show now?
I shoehorned my way onto that show. Is
verb?
what I did. We can 100% use that. I'm surprised I didn't drop it, but I did. I 100% did. I was just talking with folks, some people, and they were all very nice, and they were like, I'll put you on, I mean, there was not a lot of people in the crowd. Everyone was doing their Martillo to the Void. No one was really making much of a reaction, but I was like, I'm going to grab them by their fucking throats. I'm going to fucking get their attention. And I went up there and just went manic. I was yelling at people over here, people over there. I got off. These two ladies were like, oh, good set, Jersey boy. And I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, nice. It was funny. And I was like, oh, I did all right. And then I go back to the guy who was with Mike and Gina Hyena, and they were like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, what do you mean? I killed. I was like, I killed. I was like, what do you mean? I felt fine. Yeah. And they were like, no, you looked flustered. You looked like flustered. You looked like the crowd got to you a little bit. The crowd, it was, it was fucking 10, 12 people, but people at the bar I was yelling at, whatever. Just trying to make jokes though, trying to get everyone's attention sort of. No one was here. It wasn't but I didn't take it serious. And so that I was up all night. Dude, I was in my head. I bombed in front of Gina. I bombed in front of Gina. Mike, this guy Mike doesn't look up to me anymore. This guy thinks I'm a jerk off. I came here, to be funny. Those other guys I met fucking hate me now. Yeah. Everyone thinks I'm not funny.
Everybody at the dojo's gonna find out.
Everyone at the dojo's gonna find out. My mom's gonna call me and ask me what the fuck that was. My brother's gonna call me and be like, you're a faggot. I'm gonna be like, no. It's you that sucks the dicks. And he's gonna be like, well, you sucked one on the stage tonight. Everything was going through my head. I overthink fucking everything possible. I'll probably go home tonight, smoke this weed, and be like, why did I say that on the podcast? Just
what you said.
You know what I mean? So there is a lot of self-sabotage we can all do to ourselves, and there's a lot of negative schemas that we can get into. But I have learned over the years that if you keep rolling with the punches, you keep learning from what you're doing, and you continue to believe in yourself, believe in your fucking self, believe in what you're saying and what you're doing, and have that angle that you're ripping at all times. You trust that process and be patient with it, and that's.
As you were talking, I realized something else that launched me into the depression, because I was already feeling that kind of way, but I think the car accident really the head trauma from the car accident, I think that really set me down,
rattled you to a stomping grounds.
It really depressed me, because the first few nights afterwards, I remember crying at night, why does this shit happen to me, kind of, fucking whining shit. And it just, I wasn't really in I felt like, what was that, August? I'd already found out about, being able to record, but then I couldn't go anywhere. I had no car. So I'm like, how am I ever, supposed to take any steps forward? Every time I try to take steps forward, I got really on the fucking pity party.
Yeah. As we all do.
Feel down, and just this, I think head injuries fucking suck.
Yeah, my car accident fucked me up too, dude.
Yeah, you gotta feel.
It rattled, dude. Can I tell you? I don't know. Did you see my car?
Yeah, I saw your car. You sent it in the fucking group chat.
Yeah. I mean, I was speechless. I was calm and speechless and
angry.
No,
I
wasn't. I was angry later. I was angry later, and I was already going through a lot of different things. I felt like I was getting very okay. So. I felt like I was just being very kind of disrespected and not fucked with in the New Jersey comedy scene for a small period, for between fall and I don't know. I felt very strange. It might have been my own sabotage, and I don't know what it was, but I just didn't feel good being around some of you guys, and. It put me down like a very depressed hole, where I was like, is it me? What's wrong with me? do people hate me? Am I an asshole? Like what I want the best for everyone. Like I'm the type of person where I don't really get envious of people. I get very happy, like, hey, this guy's doing this, guy's doing that. But I'll see, people have a negative notion of something or someone or situations, and I go, man, I don't like that, and then I'll absorb that, and I'll go get negative and get this and get that, and then I feel like it comes back to me and it just hits me, so I was in a really kind of like a darkish time between like November, December, those times, like, and especially then with my dad dying and all that, I drowned. Last year was one of the best years I had because I came here and settled. One of the best years I had without, drowning my own misery with my dad. But this year I kind of went right back into it a bit. And between that and all the other things, and then I got in that car accident, dude, it really did rattle me. And also I didn't know if I ran that fucking red light.
Oh.
I had no idea. I was honestly, I was coming from here. It was that night with the fights, right? And we weren't fucked up. We smoked hours before. Everyone stopped like drinking. I didn't drink, nothing. And I was kind of just in a daze. I was just in a daze, and I remember I looked down at my like speedometer just because like, oh, I know there's cops here. Let me see where I'm at. I was at like 37, 40, something like that. And then I look up, I like bang, and I'm just hitting this guy. It was so scary. I rammed into him, and I felt nothing. Absolutely zip. I felt like I didn't feel I got in a car accident, but I fucking did. And I pried my door open. I had to pry immediately. I pried my door open, got out, made sure I saw someone across the street like staring in their car at me. I just saw their weird eyes. It was so creepy. And I was like, oh, I don't like that.
He's judging me.
Yeah, judger. Yeah, accidents happen.
Let me ask you something before what you were talking about before, about like not feeling like you fit in with people around here. Do you think as a kid, not having a dad made you feel like an outsider?
Yeah, 100%. Because there was dads that would talk shit to me too when I was growing up. Like I got like as a youngin, like trying to play sports, everyone was very competitive and very aggressive. There was kids. My town was a very like competitive, like, this is my son. Yeah, my son's a fucking fullback. My son's a quarterback. My son's this. It was all like daddy, like daddy sports type shit. Like my dad, my dad's over there. He forces me to fucking throw up every night. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of like dads forcing their kids to do sports and making them the best they can be. And I just had no dad, and I was like, I sucked.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly how I felt.
And
like
people,
nobody,
and even the dads would like. I remember this one time, I was in like 7th grade or something, or even younger actually. I think it was in 6th grade. And the head coach of this football team, we were talking about something, and I was like, oh, we should get an Italian to do that, whatever. And he's like, yeah, Italians. Yeah, there's enough Italians in this world. And I was a young kid. I wasn't much to make jokes or anything. I was super young. I was, 10 or something, or maybe even younger. And I was like, what the fuck? Why the fuck would you say that?
Yeah.
And it made me feel like a certain way because everyone like laughed, and they like laughed at me. And I was like, oh, fuck these guys, man. These guys are dicks. Like, so I was, I did feel like the odd one out. No one else I was the only one with a dead parent.
Same.
I was the only one in my class with a dead parent. I think there was someone's mom wind up dying at one point. Everyone felt grievance for her. It was for her, but it's a girl. Females, they have a different clique and different vibe. But it was very strange for me, absolutely, because there was a lot of alpha dads and a lot of dads who like never made it in sports, and so they want to make sure their kid and then the kids grew up to be fucked, dude. Every one of these kids grew up to be fucked up. Most of them fucked up. Some of them now are like, gym teacher or business guy or play football, play baseball in college or whatever. But for the most part, they all grew up to be like just these like, they just suck. They're not, they don't have any depths to them. And
depth.
So, depth.
They gotta have the depth.
They don't have a cave in their, they don't have a cave that they can dive into.
Fucking dead dads.
And so yes, it was definitely very different, very difficult, and I felt very lonely, and not just because I had a dead dad, but because a lot of other circumstances of me growing up and what I was born into, and I learned a lot of things when I was like 12 that shouldn't be on a 12-year-old mind. I learned a lot of shit about myself and about my family that has happened, and correlating to my dad's death and all that.
Jesus,
it's it's a lot of shit that it's
hard
something I
shit to
gotta deal with.
For a young man to fucking be burdened with so much, but that's easy life. How do we bring this home, Vinny?
I think the best way to bring this home is to say that all we would just said is everything that is behind us and within us. And I think that we are in 2024 and it can only get better.
Absolutely. You know why?
Tell me.
Because 2024 is an even number.
Because 2024 is a fucking even number. It is divisible by 2.
Yeah.
It is divisible by 6 and 12 and Mondays and Wednesdays.
It's an even number.
Is it? Yeah.
2024 is an even number.
I'll tell you what. This year, I definitely want to be a lot less like hateful.
Do you make resolutions?
No,
I'm not a resolution.
I'm not a resolution guy.
Because I'm always making goals.
Because I'm always right throughout the year. Like I'm a weird like guy. Like I feel like I can get a little hacky in life, probably on stage too. But I feel like I get a little hacky in life where like I have a journal where I have gratitude. I have a gratitude journal where what I'm grateful for of right now, today, and what I'm grateful for in the future. So it's like a manifestation type of thing. And I've had that for years. I do that. I do a lot of, I recently made like a vision board of just envisioning things that I want. 'Cause listen, man, as much as like people want to have like all this, like especially males, as much as males want to have this like alpha pride of like, yeah, fuck that dude with the fucking journaling and the vision board and gay and fucking you like it in the butt.
Those are people that aren't doing anything.
Those are the people that are just jealous and envious of the fact that, hey man, I have some faith in like the world's energy.
You have a dream.
And I also have a dream. And listen, we are all dreamers. Did you watch Dave Chappelle's new special? He straight up says, we're all dreamers. We all dream. I'm living my dream. You're in it. You're living your dream. I'm in it. Like, we are all dreamers. It depends on how far do you want to take this dream. And I'm going all the way, brothers and sisters.
Hell yeah.
I'm going all the way. And
'tis the year, baby.
'Tis the year indeed. I'm a young lad, and I know that there's going to be a lot of progression this year and a lot of step ups. Indeed. Work.
Yeah,
work hard.
That's really what I'm looking forward to this year. I posted something. I don't know if you saw that fucking reel I made where I was like, "It sucks."
Oh, life sucks.
I hate it.
Yeah,
no, not life sucks.
Oh, okay, I saw that status. Okay,
that was Facebook.
That was Facebook.
That was Facebook. Life sucks.
Facebook.
Deal with it because what I was talking to is myself. Was because I'm like.
Yeah,
complaining about all this shit that I have to do in my head, avoiding it,
right?
Like if it's gonna make it go away,
but you're not doing
because
it
I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But life, not only does life suck, but the things you want to do, anything that you want to do that's worth anything, you're gonna have to do things you don't want to do to get it.
You're 100% gonna have to do.
You know what I mean?
No
you're gonna
matter
have
what,
to do some work.
Yeah.
That you don't want to do to get it. Whether it's the gym, whether it's whatever. So when I was getting in my head, I was like telling myself, it was like almost like my own personal mantra I started saying to myself was like, you know what? It sucks. You're going to hate it.
Yeah.
But you got to do
100% you're going to hate it.
But you got to do it.
That's how I looked.
Sucks.
That's how I looked at a lot of things.
But you got to do it.
Even before comedy, that's how I looked at a lot of shit. I got into fighting. I was pursuing like a fighting career, like an MMA career. I was pursuing personal training and all that good stuff. And I hated a lot of the beginning ties of it.
But you do it, and every time you do something you hate, you feel better.
You feel much better
because you knew you had to do it.
Yeah, and no matter
every time I don't, I feel like shit.
Yeah, 100%. You're not gonna feel any better not doing it and not stepping up to the plate. And even
every show, every mic that I've ever skipped out on going to, I've always regretted it. And
yeah.
I have never once regretted going.
Yeah. And I also have to say, everyone has their own styles of personality and doing things and ambition and their own style of how they're pursuing their dream. No one should be the one to judge, to be like, oh, he's doing it this way, that's retarded, that's wrong, that's gay. Like, we all joke and we can joke, and I'm all about joking, that's a fucking gay thing to do. But there is a lot of things that are gay that you got to kind of do. And I don't mean sucking dick to get a Netflix special. Definitely keep your integrity and your hole clean if you could, please, for the love of God. I mean, keep
or put it up or shut up.
Put it up or shut up. And don't lie about it. I agree with Cat Williams. 2024 is a year of truths. Tell yourself your own fucking truth and what you believe in to be your own truth and nothing else. And that's it, man. No one else is it. You're living your life. You're the director in your own life. No one else is directing whatever else.
Yeah. You're the director in your own life, so don't fucking make a shitty movie.
Yeah. Yes.
Make a better movie.
Don't make a fucking shitty movie.
To you.
Yeah.
If your movie sucks, it's because you're making it suck.
Listen,
you're directing yourself to suck.
You fall down once, get down a few, get up a fucking a ton, fall down a ton, get up mega. I mean, I don't know, that was a weird way to say it.
No,
but
everybody, you know what? People are, the world is always looking for a shortcut. That's why scams
a lot
work.
of shortcuts, and a lot of shortcuts and a lot of judgment from people that have no right to even judge. Like,
they judge because they want to be you. They wish they were fucking. I see that so much in people that, like, they see that you're going after what you want and you're doing it, and they're not doing anything, and they resent you for it.
I agree wholeheartedly, and I appreciate you actually saying that, because I feel that personally with myself too. I see a lot of people say, not naming any names, but there's so many guys that will say, you're gonna hate your life, you're gonna hate yourself, you're gonna hate this, it's gonna get miserable, it's gonna be and you're doing this now, just wait till you're here. Like, dude, fuck off, dude. Fuck off. Like, that's your own problem. It's your problem that you hate yourself. It's your problem that you're so negative in your life and that you don't have the fucking balls to get up and just be who you actually are and fucking get in the face of life and face it and just do the things that you probably don't want to do or hate to do.
Yeah, that you wish you could do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you gotta take chances and roll the dice, and I appreciate you, noticing that I take a lot of fucking risks that maybe, a lot of times maybe they don't work out, but
I feel like it'll pay off eventually.
Yeah. I feel like one day maybe one or two of those risks will roll to.
We talked about this before.
It's the snake eyes.
I'm swerving. No, because I just got a nice little flyer. Like,
oh wow, a Valentine's Day special.
Yeah, but
that's hot. Oh, baby!
Who's that right
Come
there?
on, that's your name.
I'll be hosting the Valentine's special show.
Please book me.
February 14th.
Please book me.
Dan Lamorte and Natalie Cuomo will be here at the Dojo, baby. Power couple. They're going to jog here. It's going to be amazing.
They're going to jog here.
February 14th.
Dan will jog here.
Yeah, Natalie will be riding next to him.
She'll be on the train. Yeah.
Being supportive.
Yeah.
February 14th here at the Dojo, 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale, baby. Hosted by yours truly. It's going to be a fun night. Can't wait. But the reason I brought that up was not only to plug that, but also because that came from Mike, and now we're going to play the practical joke on him.
Oh.
And I'm going to say there is another comedy club that
is dropping. So we have a secret show.
Hits.
We have a secret show, and now when are you dropping this?
Probably after. Our secret show's Monday.
Okay, our secret show's Monday.
Their secret show's Thursday.
Okay, so our secret show is
that crazy?
Yeah, that is wild. Our secret show is.
But this is what it is. There's a club out there that we joke around about that. They just book the same people after.
Yeah,
they're
taking the premise of the dojo.
They almost
trying to
see and then we don't know if this is true. It could be a coincidence just because of timing. Whatever.
I think it's a
I
coincidence.
try to give people the benefit of the doubt, right?
Yeah.
But you never know.
You don't.
But we joke about it like if every time they book somebody after us, they're like, oh, they're copying us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
whatever. It was always just a joke. But recently, when we posted the flyer for the secret show, we have a secret guest going to be here on Monday. 2 shows. First one's already sold out. This is dropping after the show. So
Is
I can
it?
just- yeah, I can.
Like next week? Because
No.
today's
Monday.
It's next Monday.
It's next Monday. So
when are
I'm
you
not
dropping
dropping this podcast. Damn, I might drop it.
You might drop it
yeah,
before
I'm not,
that.
All right, good. Thank you.
No, I think
So-
it's good.
Huh?
They're gonna say it anyway.
Whatever.
but-
It's fucking Mark Norman. It's a secret guest. It's a fucking secret
It's not a
guest,
huge
all right?
surprise,
Not
guys.
a big surprise.
Yeah,
he loves
it's
this
just
place.
he wants a an audience who doesn't know he's fucking coming. So
All right. So
he can
anyway,
run some good shit.
so then I post that flyer with the secret show, and literally 4 hours later, this comedy club drops a flyer saying they got a fucking mystery guest.
Right.
So we all shot through the moon, and we've been busting Mike's chops because Mike takes the shit personally
Yeah.
while we're all joking about it.
Mike's gonna have an aneurysm.
So I'm like, Mike. So now I'm gonna text Mike, and I'm saying, Mike, you'll never guess who the secret guest is.
Mike Romanelli,
over
shout
there.
out, Booker, owner of Dojo of Comedy and Tiff's Ale House, Grill and Ale House in Morris Plains, New Jersey, 231 Speedwell Ave. That is tiffscomedy.com is the website. And we are texting this fella, Mike, right now.
Because he texted me, so I
To
figured
play
like,
we're playing a little prank.
he'll. So basically, what I'm doing is I told him that that their secret guest is also going to
Yeah.
be Mark Norman.
Yeah. the club
He
that
just responded back.
No
Don't
way.
tell me it's Mark.
this is, and again, just to reiterate, this is the club
Yeah, bro.
that Mike really thinks is like just, they're
Yeah.
like, they're fucking taking everyone we book, they're booking, they're doing the same thing we are, their flyers are almost the same, and we're going along with the joke.
He's like,
And
come on, man.
So here's how funny it is. Again, to reiterate, is that we booked a secret show. It's with Mark Norman,
thinks-
and they booked a secret show for Thursday. Ours is Monday, and now we're telling Mike,
Yeah.
hey, guess who is also on the
He's like,
on their
he goes,
secret
come
show?
on, man. I think we have a mole, dude.
Yo, be like, you think it's Vinny?
Mole,
like-
mole. Oh, yeah.
Be like, you think it's the shoe?
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 Oh,
No, I'm not gonna say that.
Don't
because
do
if
that.
he
Don't
says
set him
something
up.
mean,
If he
yeah,
says
yeah,
something
'cause then he
bad,
says something bad, I'm like, ugh. I can't say
yeah.
this.
This will be
Get the
bad.
photo
Yeah,
away.
yeah. No, do I trust him? Hold
Nah,
on,
he won't.
I might trust him.
He
I think he'll be like,
He won't
probably
trust
not.
you that much. He'll be like, he goes, I'll fucking fire him,
I'll
bro.
fucking I'll call him right now and ask him. I'll put him on the spot.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. I think we have a mole.
Come on, man.
I just got doubts.
I
He's
think we
writing
have a mole,
bro.
dude.
I'm
He's
gonna,
definitely
I'm gonna
writing-
end this joke on him because
Yeah.
this might send him over the edge.
No. I think we could. I think we
He is
could
fucking. He's probably so.
He's sweating
angry
right now. He's sweating for sure.
He's
Right now. He's pacing in his kitchen. Right now, he's walking back and forth in his
Bro, this
kitchen,
guy's
chewing
typing
gum.
a paragraph because it's the dots. Yeah, I knew it.
Oh God!
All right, here we go. He goes, I love.
You got this fucking privacy screen on. You got.
He's like, I love comedy, but people definitely are as fake as fuck. Something else happened recently that I was like, how does this person know this? I can't remember, but it's a good reason for me to snap. Haha.
Wait,
Just telling him I'm
didn't
kidding,
break it
dude.
though, right?
Yeah, I'm breaking it right now. LOL, I'm
he's
kidding,
breaking it. He's ending the bit early.
I'm on the podcast with Vin. Yeah, because we got to end this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
So.
How long is it going right now? 2 hours?
Yeah, no, I don't care about that length. I just, because I know fucking Kirsten's downstairs waiting.
Oh
for
no, I already told her. I'm
Told her to go?
closing. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, good.
Yeah, we're good.
But I got to pee also. So.
Yeah, I gotta pee so
I'm
bad.
kidding, dude. I'm on the podcast with Vinny and we're dying laughing.
we were gonna run the bit longer, but we respect you too much.
I can't drag this on and
Yeah, we feel
risk
bad.
you flipping out.
Getting in your Tesla and driving to this place, and driving your Tesla right through this. Hilarious.
We're fucking cracking.
About to text.
I'm in a meeting dealing with my anger.
He's in a meeting for anger. What a way to send him over, dude.
Dude, that was fucking great. Yes, I love you guys. Good one.
Oh God, I'm about to text her right now and be like, "I love you, pal. I'm sorry," because I know he was flipping.
Oh, I know he was
for a
fucking
moment. His
livid,
mind was
bro.
going. His brain was definitely turning.
Oh man, I love. You know what? Let's wrap this bitch up. I fucking love the dojo, man. I love this place.
Dojo of Comedy
It's
is
really
the
popping this
best
year.
comedy club in the world.
It's
I
fucking
don't care what anyone says.
It's
You come
poppin',
here,
baby.
you'll notice the energy. You'll feel the energy
just like
with all of us,
I forgot the comic's name that said it, but
and we won't rape
to give
you.
him- to give him
What?
his proper credit, but. Like he said, people in Austin are talking about moving to Mars Plains. It's fucking
Oh yeah, who the
everybody's
people?
moving to Austin.
Supposedly, people in Austin are like, we want to move to Morris Plains so we can be close to the dojo.
The dojo,
Yeah,
baby.
Morris
No, but
Plains.
you know what? Everybody that comes here, whether you're an audience member, whether you're a comic, you feel the vibe in this place. The energy here,
something very special
is
here.
fucking, it's special. It's the only way to
Immaculate.
describe it. The shows are
marinara,
amazing.
immaculata.
We're having great talent come through here.
My nonna's
The
name is
local
Immaculata.
comics, that are all growing here are all fucking
Yeah.
doing great.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a really big year for us, and I'm excited.
2024 is the year that if you don't know about the Dojo of Comedy, you 100%
If you don't
will.
know, now you know,
ninja.
Know a niggas.
Oh, you bringing it back, baby.
Woo, 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 woo. All right.
Y'all are all my ninjas.
Hey, pluggies?
Yeah, let's just I mean, when are you going to drop this, Vic?
Well, I'm probably going to drop it this week. I'm going to drop it ASAP.
All right. Well, let's see. We're just gonna go on the schedule here. This Friday is January 12th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Friday, January 12th, we have Harrison Greenbaum.
Yeah, baby. I'm doing a spot on that.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Danny Braff is producing that. Awesome producer and comic out of the dojo here and in New York. Then we have James Goff, who is so hilarious, January 13th. Bob Levy, Shuli Yeager, Mike
Sunday
Morris,
show.
and Anthony Zenhauser, January 14th. January 14th is a Sunday, huh? Wow.
Yeah,
they're
fucking
doing
a nice week of shows, baby.
Really?
Then we go right
I
into
gotta
his
pop
mysteries.
in. Yeah, then we go into the Mystery Mondays. So January 15th, 2 Mystery Mondays. First show's already sold out. Second show still has some tickets there. He will probably drop his name for that.
I'm going to talk to Mike after I leave here. I'll be like, hey, Mike, I want to blow the podcast up and say that I announced the mystery guest on the
Oh
podcast.
God, that would be, and just be like, hey, should we announce this like a day or a couple days, like a Thursday or something, and then everyone's gonna flood it.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
That's
I'm
a
going to
good
go
idea.
grab a clip and try to
Yeah, because we were gonna announce it at the Joe List show to say, hey, Mark will be here on Monday.
Yeah.
So it could not be a bad idea. January 18th, Derek Humphrey. January 19th,
I wanted you to plug your shit.
Doug Smith. Zach Amico on January 20th. Mine, Vinny Scarpa Comedy on Instagram. I produce a show once a month here. Typically, this one is on pause. We will...
Resume in Febs?
To be determined. Most likely resume in Febs. We're trying to work out some kinks of different shows we can get going on here. Dojo of Comedy East on Instagram. Make sure you leave a Facebook review, all that good stuff.
Hell yeah.
2024 is the fucking year. What a great podcast to get this
was awesome.
2024 started. I'm very happy we did this.
Hell yeah. You know what the deal is. Follow the VCast on Instagram. Dojo Door Guy on Instagram. Vic is funny on Instagram with a Z because the fat bitch took the S. Make sure you go to tiffscomedy.com for all tickets. VicIsfunny.com if you want to see some dope feet pics. And
Who took the S?
Some fat bitch. Some fat bitch is
Really?
Vic is funny with the S.
Really?
Yeah, I tried Messenger. And
Is she more fat or more
funny?
funny?
No, she's fat.
She's fatter than funny?
Should say Vic is fatty. But,
Vic is fatty,
whatever. I suggested the nickname to her and she didn't like it. So
Yeah.
I got nowheres with
to
that.
airplanes.
I got nowheres with it. And obviously all day long the sponsors, 18 Pool Tables, NJNYPoolTableService.com. All your pool table needs. Don't do that shit on your own. If you're gonna move a table, if you need a new table, make sure you contact NJNYPoolTableService.com.
You gotta
the
move a
number
pool
one.
table?
#1 in billiards.
Knows a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. He'll
He
come
knows a
over.
guy.
He also talks like this too. He's a fucking 3rd-generation pool guy.
Get
pool
the hell out
mechanic.
of town.
They're called pool table mechanics.
Get out of Morris Plains.
Combat Fitness in Ridgefield Park. You can go to combat_fitness_club. CFC, Combat Fitness Club, ran by professional boxer Dane Guerrero. So go down there so your kids could stop getting punked in school for their lunch money.
Please.
Also, you don't want to be a punk as a parent, or if you're not a parent, you don't want to be a punk one day if you're going to be a parent. But it's a great way to get shaped. They have group classes. They have, all that cardio shit so you could do. Feel good, look good, and be able to whoop some ass. It gives you confidence. It makes you feel good in life. Combat_fitness_club on Instagram. And they are located in Ridgefield Park. Tell them I sent you and they'll hook you up. All right. That is it for the potties. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vinny Scarpa, for chilling.
Absolutely. Dojo of Comedy.
Hell yeah, baby.
East
Dead
here
Dads.
in Morris Plains. Dead Daddies.
Dead Daddies. Later.
You're listening to my dad of the V.